You know what? We should do that, man. We should make that a tradition of the Hot Tech Podcast.
Shit
Every
in the bag.
wrestler that we get on the show, we should ask them why they're fascinated by shit.
Where was I? I got lost.
Oh, you're talking about drugs.
Oh, Ric Flair. A ladder match. Not to grab a title, not to grab a contract, but to grab a duck.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's good.
Why is that good, though? Why?
duck.
Why? I need to know. Why?
Why on a pole? That is smart. There you go.
Fucking prick. He has one fucking move. What's up with that?
Can't be traced back to that goddamn company.
Was this the first time that Ric Flair was on TV?
If I remember correctly, it was October of '98. I don't remember.
Oh, don't even say that, man. How the fuck do you know that?
Yeah, September 14th, 1998. Yeah.
I would have fucked me off.
I don't know what you've been doing for the last 40 years here, Lefty. What do you mean? What the fuck have you been doing?
Drinking?
All right, that explains your love for beer and shotguns.
Yeah, suck it. Fuck you. This bullshit. Fuck you. Fuck you.
WCW for you, man. Botching, shooting, not literally like Chirac Chicago shooting, you know, like wrestling shooting.
Do you want to high spot some pussy and then hashtag Peter Johnson?
Sit the fuck down. You understand me? Sit the fuck down.
Tommy loves my Nicole Bass.
Don't you, Tommy?
Suck my left dick. Suck my left nut, you bitches. Suck it.
Why are you out of breath, man? What are you eating off before you call in? What the fuck are you doing?
No, because I was running to get this damn coffee. Don't worry.
John Cena tries to do a Hurricane Rada and almost kills himself.
The champ is here!
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Sit the fuck down. You understand me? Sit the fuck down. WWE. Fuck you, mother. Fuck you. Can't be traced back to that goddamn company. This really pissed me off because it is bullshit. Vince Russo, of all people, Vince Russo is full of shit. Suck my left dick. Suck my left nut, you bitches. Suck it. Yeah, suck it.
THT Podcast, live Wednesdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Mixlr.com/THT Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, and TuneIn Radio.
Bam! And we are back on a goddamn Wednesday night. Now remember, we're going to start doing the shows a little bit earlier. We're going to start doing it 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So join us at 9 p.m. Eastern Time every week instead of 9:30. Same place as always. Mixlr, mixlr.com/THT Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, as well as YouTube. And also, please leave us a goddamn review, motherfucker. God damn it.
Damn it.
We have no Patreon. All we ask for is reviews. Leave a goddamn review. We would greatly appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, big shout out to Wrestling Soup. Check them out Thursday nights, WrestlingSoup.com. All right here on Mixlr.com/WSDTKC-show. And also, big shout out to JCat. And check him out. Actually, he's not doing a show tonight. He's doing it on Friday. So check out Yakuza Kick Radio on blogtalkradio.com/Yakuza.
Damn, you're good at that shit.
Oh, thank you, sir. Me and I'm giving DJ Hyde a run for his money.
Well,
I learned from the best.
if you, like, wait 8 minutes and then plug, and then wait 8 more minutes and then plug, and then take credit for everybody in WWE plug, then you're more...
Dude, I'm telling you, next time we have him on the show, which was actually supposed to be last week, but I couldn't make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Next time we have him on the show, I'll have to do the plugs for him. You're like, dude, listen, appreciate you coming on the show, but I'll do 15 minutes of plugs in the beginning for you. Let's just get right to the fucking questions and right to the answers, and not beat around the bush. So when's John Zandig coming back? Actually, I don't really know what's going on with John Zandig. But by the way, as you can hear the wrestlers in the background right now, it's a Wednesday night and we're doing Dojo Wars, which you can check out in Voorhees, New Jersey. And tickets are on sale right now at czwwrestling.com. Go check that out. And you can also check us out this week. Where's John Zandig, though? Yeah, but we're doing it's on czwstudios.com right now. Tangled Web is going up next month. It's going to be a great show. We got Matt Trema. Right. That's cool. But Zandig, though. What the fuck happened to that guy?
I need to get the Family Feud, you know that noise every time they turn over a right answer, that bing. So every time he plugs, I'll hit it, and then we can count. And we can play a drinking game.
Oh, dude, we'd all end up getting somebody pregnant by the end of the night.
Somebody get pregnant here. Boy pregnant.
If we're doing a drinking game every time DJ High plugs, man, somebody's getting pregnant. I don't know who's getting pregnant. Somebody's getting pregnant.
Suddenly it's a Tracy Morgan party around this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Anyway.
So, to all the listeners, I missed the show last week, and actually I probably won't be here next week either, so I'm taking a leave of absence over here. So finally the podcast world has just taken upon me. Beating me down. No, but seriously, I had some plans last weekend, and next week I told J-Cat I would go on his show, so I'll probably either have Anthony or maybe even Mish or somebody else cover for me next week, and and I'll do J-Cat's podcast, and then I'll probably tune back here.
All right, there you go.
So, once again, check me out next week on Wednesday on J-Cats, or just tune in later on the archives. You can check it out on Blog Talk. It'll be up there.
There you go.
Should be fun. We'll talk some rap music. We'll talk some rap beef. We'll talk about some Howard Stern. I'm sure we'll talk about plenty of CZW and Game Changer and indie wrestling, and we'll indie whore it out. You know?
Couple of
that deserves a you know. You know? How do you even spell you know? You know how to spell you know?
No.
Come on, take a guess.
Y-U-N-O?
Close enough. Why not?
Y-U-N-N-O?
It's my way of saying you know.
Well, I figured
I just
that.
thought I had to break it down for you. I didn't know if it was.
Yeah, okay, take it easy there, Jeff Foxworthy.
I thought it was too Philly for your southern ass. I don't know. I thought I had to break it down.
You forget I was born in Boston, all right?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you guys are car.
I got the best of
pull out
both
the
worlds.
car.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds.
Hey, bitch, pull out the car.
I can understand every dialect from New York down to Florida.
I'm so bad at recognizing accents.
Really?
I really am. Because, like, people tell me I have a Philly accent. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck a Philly accent is. Other than, like, water. Like, I know we say water weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one I know. Like, what else did I say anything else that's...
I don't know. Do you say wash or wash?
Wash.
Okay. Yeah, well, then
no. Wash, that's probably some New York shit, dude. That's some Italian shit.
No, well, it is some Italian shit, but...
That's like saying idea, like DT says, you know.
That's New York and Boston.
What an idea. Take the fucking R out, man. That actually bothers me when people say idea. It's not just him. It's like people in I'm like, what the fuck? Like, have you seen the spelling? Where's the R? Why is the R necessary? What does it contribute?
I don't know. Another weird one that people say different is often and often.
I say often.
I'm that's me too. I'm more of an often.
Well, I mean, it's properly pronounced often, but actually, I don't know. I guess I switch on and off because I think I say often and often. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
Coupon or coupon?
Coupon.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that one.
Coupon sounds like some hick shit. That sounds like some Kmart shit right there. Dude.
My grandmother still says coupon.
Yeah, but she's probably old school. That's like
very old school.
That's the reason she's your grandma.
I mean, she's 86 years old. So yeah. Old school's definitely a good one. Yeah. She says coupon still. Some of my family does, but Boston. They're from Boston, most of them. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that people say different depending on where you go. Soda pop or cola.
I just say Coke.
Yeah. I got a friend from Punxsutawney. He calls it pop.
Yeah, pop is corny. That sounds like some weird shit.
Yeah. I remember the first time first time someone called a movie a picture show. I didn't know. I thought they were at a fucking museum. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Say that?
Yeah.
Hey, baby girl, you want to go see a picture show on Friday night? Fuck.
I thought it only said.
Want to go to the movies? What's with all the extra shit?
I thought it was country songs that only use those words, but I guess not.
Explain it.
It's not just fucking country songs. It's real life people.
What other things do we mispronounce? I see Anthony's in the chat room. Anthony, what do Philly people say that's like mispronounced? Other than water, I know water we say weird.
Not that weird. I mean, water. You kind of say water, but
exactly. We like eat the A and add like a U.
It's kind of like water, WARTER.
Water.
Yeah, which is fine. Like I said, I said wash and wash. I don't know. I can't think of any right now.
I think actually the Boston accent is probably one of the worst ones.
Oh,
no
it
offense.
is. They
just sound so brutal. Like the hardcore ones that you see them, over exaggerated on television and stuff. Hey, get in the car. Like, what the fuck is this?
If the word ends with an R, they cut it off. Bar, for I'm going down to the bar. Get my car.
Like fucking sheep.
We're gonna drive on the tar. Everything with an R is cut off. Every little word. But then certain words, like you said, if there's an EA, they like add an R somewhere in it. It's just
I think the worst one that actually like irritates me is the idea though. Idea that's just like what the fuck, dude. Yeah, like you have to reevaluate your life when you're doing that. Like you need to break down the foundation and see what went wrong. I don't see a fucking R in there, sir. And I'm foreign, for God's sake. I didn't even move to the States till I was fucking 13. I don't say idea.
Anthony is great at saying autonomy. I'll tell you that.
Autonomy?
Did you not see the name of last week's show? Autonomy.
Jesus, I thought it was Auto Tommy.
Well, it turned into that by the end of the show.
Okay. How was Tommy last week?
He was cool. He was all right. He was.
You guys didn't fuck with him too much.
Well,
I'm like his new bodyguard. I'm gonna start protecting Tommy from you guys.
Anthony likes beating up that poor guy.
Well, Anthony, once you start doing that, I'm gonna start cracking jokes on you next time.
Tommy's all right, man.
Tommy can't fight for himself. I'll have to budge in and save the guy.
I think I did have to play the build a wall for Tommy. He did say some racist shit. I think Smark hit on him. It was a weird show.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Rewind that, please.
Smark was drunk. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean he hit on him? Yeah, dude, you're gonna have to elaborate on that, sir. That's can't skip that, man. Spencer's not here anymore. You can't just fucking skip shit.
It was just messing with him. It's cool. He was just playing with him. It was,
Are they trying to like cross wards or what's going on here? Yeah, don't spit your water out, sir.
Eventually, Tommy did come out and say something.
At the closet?
He didn't mean to. For a second, and then he went right back in.
Whoa! What the fuck?
I'm telling you, man.
Stepped out?
You got to listen to the last hour of last week's show. I by the way, I'm going to apologize for the 4-hour and 21-minute show last week.
Yeah, I was going to say I would listen if it wasn't fucking 15 hours long.
I didn't even realize it went that long. That's what 6 red stripes will do to you.
Yeah, believe me, folks, we're getting out of here tonight at 11:15. So I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Hell yeah.
We're not doing no fucking 4-hour show. Fuck that.
I'll bullshit around for a little bit, do a little news, and then take some calls and get out of here.
All right, I guess let's get into news. You want to do news first?
We can do that. Like I said, I'm gonna
news.
I don't.
I haven't watched Smackdown. Oh, I was gonna call you Tommy for a second. Oh, whoa! Let's pause that.
I'm a fucking guy.
He doesn't. Does he still do that? I haven't heard him do the panic mode for a while. Bro.
No, I think he just started saying words, which I'm not sure if that's better or worse.
Beautiful thing.
If you say so.
Tommy, more words, please.
More words. Less
sounds and more words.
Less showing us your shirt on fucking on the radio medium here.
What, the Vince Russo shirt?
He's just holding up. I mean, I don't know. At one point last week, he had on I think he stole a hat from Carmella. He had on a hat that Carmella would wear, It was weird. It was a very weird show. It was weird. I was drunk. I am drinking only water tonight, so
There you go.
I will try to keep core water, perfect pH.
Ah,
Yes,
nice.
with electrolytes and minerals.
Look at you getting fancy. You got some cucumbers in there?
No,
Huh?
no,
You got some fresh lemon peels in there, sir?
no. I don't. No.
No?
Nope. I just.
Oh,
use
you haven't gone vegan yet? You're
No.
not sticking your feet in the mud for fun?
Yeah, I did have pork chops for dinner, but whatever.
Oh, okay. I don't know how vegans do it, man. Like having grass sandwiches all day, I can't do that.
Yeah, doing shots of
Don't
fucking.
get me wrong, I love animals. You know me, dude. Like I fucking love animals.
I
just,
do
like,
too.
I just can't like eventually I really do want to go vegetarian, but vegan, like there's just no way.
Because the problem is, I love animals too, but I love the way a few of them taste.
I feel like a scumbag, to be honest with you. I mean, when you put it in perspective, like when you're eating a fucking like when you have a roasted chicken, it's a fucking corpse. It's gross.
But it's so good. It's not gross.
Yeah, but I mean, when you think about it, though,
no,
it's a little creepy, dude. It's a little fucking creepy.
not really.
I mean, it wasn't to me either until I really started thinking about it. I'm like, dude, this is a dead body just on a plate.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I've seen the videos, the way.
Yeah,
they
I don't
treat-
know.
I've seen all that shit, and I don't know. Maybe society has beaten into me the fact that only really dogs, domesticated animals are supposed to be treated decently. I don't know.
Oh, that's bullshit.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't completely believe it. I mean, I don't like the way they treat some of these fucking cows. I mean, but goddamn.
Wait, Anthony's saying animals would eat us if given the chance. Plenty of them are given chances, sir. You don't see them eating us. Chickens, if they want, they can try to eat us. They don't.
Oh, I'll kick the shit out of a chicken. Dude.
Exactly. I
Fuck
mean,
that, bro.
What animal's going to eat you other than like an alligator or a shark?
Oh, shark's good too. I like shark. That's good shit right there.
Is it actually good?
Very good.
There's
Very good.
There's something they do in France.
Mm-hmm.
It's some fancy shit, right? It's like fucking like $2,000 for a plate of it or some bullshit. Basically, what it is, it's fermented shark meat. So they put it under like mud for like 6 months, and then it turns into basically like goo, and they eat that shit, and they think it's like ooh, wee.
No, I prefer my shark
I
seared.
prefer no shark.
Seared. I mean, I like tuna too. Shark tastes about like what a big good chunk of tuna tastes like.
How's the texture?
Not bad.
So is it fish-like, or is it
a little bit
more-
a
little steaky?
if cooked right, good and flaky, like it should be, like fish
it is
flaky.
flaky.
Yeah, that's how fish should be, a little bit flaky. Yeah, I love shark
Smart
steak.
is saying steak is overrated. Steak is actually the only meat that I have a trouble with giving. Like fish or any kind of poultry. Like I don't care for turkey, chicken, fish. I can skip all that, no problem. I don't have to. I can stop hamburgers.
What?
The only thing I really, really enjoy is like a nice piece of steak.
You could
Like
give up
that's my
burgers?
trouble. Other than that, no. I mean, I love hamburgers, but I'm saying if it boils down to it, I can give it up. You know what I mean? It's the steak that I have the problem with. But I really do love. And you know what's my favorite steak? It's a weird one. Take a wild guess.
What?
What do you like?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking.
Other than like filet mignon.
Well, of course. I mean, a good porterhouse, a New York strip. A good New York strip, I love. I'm not a big bone-in guy. I don't like a good T-bone. I like a nice fucking New York strip, boneless, big marbled fat on it.
Now, see, my favorite type of steak is flank steak.
Ooh, I love flank. Done right, you put a little bit of that mojo citrus shit on it. Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
the texture is amazing.
Flank steak
'Cause
done
it's
right.
it's like shred. It's like almost shredded meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way it breaks up, it shreds. It's
The
not
only-
like fucking. I don't know. I just like the texture a lot.
The only problem with flank steak is you cook it for a fucking minute too long, and it's ruined to me.
It's still better than overcooked regular steak.
Oh, I am like according to my children, I am the steak master.
Okay, well, dude, one time we'll have to throw down a steak off.
Ooh, we could do that.
Dude, I get busy on the grill, man. Don't fuck around. I get busy.
Bro, I flip one time. That's my secret.
Whoa.
One flip.
Whoa. So what about the other side?
One flip. That's it. I flip. I put it on there.
Okay, so you do get both sides then.
Sure. One flip. That's all it takes.
Well, yeah, that's yeah.
No, I've seen people that'll flip. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah. You should. Yeah, you got to put it on when it's super hot, so it gets all the juices in.
Mm-hmm.
Get the one side crispy and then flip it.
I cook everything on low, and I only flip one time.
See, I do it on super high in the beginning, and then I turn it down because I want the juices to stay in. But what I do at the end is I poke a little hole so all the blood can come out.
No, I need that shit. I will sop that shit up with bread, dude.
Fuck out of here.
I'm
I get
fucking savage, motherfucker, dude. I will fucking take the roll and get that shit up, dude.
See, I start out on high on like an 8, and then I turn it immediately low once I flip it.
I turn it high to get it started, get it hot, then I clean it. While I'm cleaning it, I leave it open, turn it on low, and then I clean it, and then I put my food on, leave it on low, flip one time. Usually, you can go between like 4.5 and 7 minutes on each side, and that's it. I take it off the grill, and it's done.
Dude, fuck a wrestling show. Let's just do a cooking show.
Dude,
I'd much rather talk about food. Let's see. Flank steak or Dean Ambrose? Which one do you want to talk about?
Flank steak, dude.
Exactly. Let's continue with the flank steak. No, all jokes aside.
You could probably compare Dean Ambrose to a flank steak, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. We could.
No offense, big Moxley fan from back in the day, not to sound like a fucking mark, but I'd much prefer a flank steak than Dean Ambrose right
Dude,
now.
I could sit here and talk cooking all night, bro. Because I do the cooking in my house, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been like, it's just been like in my family, like as a tradition, like always.
If I left the cooking to my fiance, we would have eggs, macaroni and cheese, and burnt whatever. She can't cook, dude. She can't cook. She's not good. Not good. I do all the cooking. I love cooking anyway, so it worked out well. But, yep, that's me, man. Low and one flip. That is my secret.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
yeah.
chat room's flipping out with the cooking talk. They're down with cooking talk right now, bro.
Yeah, cooking with the hot tag, man. Let's make this happen.
All right.
What, dude? If we do a YouTube show where we do a cook-off where you're literally recording in your kitchen and I'm cooking off, that'll be dope.
Well,
I think that'll be a first time ever. I don't think there's a show out there like that.
I'm there, dude. We can use
broilers.
broilers.
Is there a show that exists? I don't believe so.
I don't think so, man. We can broil, we can grill, we can do whatever.
Because if with laptops, we just move it around, dude. I could record in my fucking kitchen anytime.
I don't have a laptop, but I got a Kindle.
Whatever.
That's all I need is a Kindle. Camera's all I need, bro. I'm down.
Yeah. Dude, are you a fan of shrimp on top of steak with a little Parmesan? Because that's my go-to recipe with flank steak. I like the small shrimps though. I don't like the big ones with the shit bag still in it.
Well, I peel that out.
But I don't even want to see that. I don't want to see it in there to begin with because that'll freak me out. Like I'd get grossed out.
I love all shrimp, fish.
Dude,
shrimp.
I'm weird with food. If I see the shit bag and I have to pull it out, I'm not eating that one. That one's one of my dogs.
I love those
Straight
big
up.
ass.
I will cook it separately, and that's going with my dog.
I like those big fucking prawns. I'll eat all that shit. I love shrimp and all that stuff, man.
Yeah. Have you ever had a nice Philly cheesesteak?
Oh, yeah, but never from Philly. But I've had a few good... There's a place here that all the guys are from Philly, and they make them... They're just really a bunch of complete... Well, they're assholes.
That's good.
I won't even name the fucking company. That's how much of an asshole. I go in there very rarely. Every time I do, I regret it. So I just don't even fucking bother. But Dude, shellfish and seafood is another one. I don't know if I could give that up either.
See, I can easily give that. Like, a lobster and crab, I don't eat at all. I don't touch it at all.
Dude.
Dude, I'm not going to be in charge. No. I can't have that blood on my hands, sir.
I love crab
They fucking
legs, bro.
boil them for like 50 minutes while they're alive. No, sir. You're not doing one for me.
I'll do lobsters when they're alive, but I don't do crabs when they're alive. I mean, crabs, like, Ted's bringing up the old Deadliest Catch and those shows and shit.
Oh, you love that, don't you?
Oh, I do, actually, but I do love fucking crab legs, dude. See, I do what's called a low country boil. I'll take corn, potatoes, shrimp, crab legs, just a bunch of stuff. Put water in a big, like, turkey fryer pot.
Yeah, my boy, we call him country, but...
Yeah, low country boil. That's what we're.
No. I'm saying we called this guy country. That's what we called him.
Yeah, I think
but,
we talked about
he used
this.
to do big time cooking in our apartment. Like, that's... He was from Louisiana. He was from, what was he? Baton Rouge?
There you go. Yep. Oh, yeah, there you go. You told
Dude,
me
he was super fucking country. And he's actually a big wrestling. If he listens to the show, some country. If you're listening to this on the archives, dude, fucking call in one time. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, bro, we'll talk some cooking, man.
Yeah,
cooking with THT.
Can we call people? Is that a possibility?
I think so. I'm just not sure how. If they're on
If we figure that out, I'd like to call him one time. He's fucking hilarious. He's the most country person I've ever seen in my life. I literally had to, like, break down what he's saying to me in the beginning. Now I'm, like, used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's actually a big wrestling fan. Dude's, like, fucking, like, 7 foot tall, man. It's unbelievable.
Shit.
You should be a wrestler. He's fucking crazy.
Well, hell, man. We're going to have to do a country cooking... We're going to have to do a fucking cooking show, dude.
He'll be in Philly. I think he's coming next month. He'll be here for 2 weeks. Maybe I'll have him join me on the show one time. Like, live, he'll be here with me, and then we'll do it. He's fucking hilarious. He'd love it, man.
Yeah, bring him in, man.
Great dude. Like, it's warm as hell, man. Hey, man. Hey, see, man. Your apartment warm as hell, man. I ain't feeling right over here, man.
You told me your Gucci Mane is basically just him.
It's him. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm just imitating country. I don't know fucking Gucci, man. I just imitate country.
Oh, all right.
Hey, why don't you go ahead and pass that blunt up, bro? That blunt just sitting over there looking sad, man. You need to pass that blunt over here to good country, man, over here, man. I'm hungry, man. He's just mine after everything. I was like, all right.
Oh, God. Oh, man, you got me hungry, bro.
I know, dude. We should stop talking about food unless we're going to do this cook-off. But,
No, we will do this cook-off. That will not come until after you watch your Eric Young videos. I will not let you skip out on this responsibility, sir.
See, I wasn't going to mention it until, like, somebody brought it up because I was trying to...
Oh, no. I'm not forgetting. I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm going to wait till wrestling gets really bad again. We know it will. And then I'm going to make you watch them just to really torture you.
Yeah, you just killed the vibe right now. I just went from, like, 100 to, like, 45.
Well, why don't I bring up a little something to get
Real
you
quick,
going
though.
again. Go. What?
Oxman, real quick. We should start reviewing Lucha Underground because I actually get Lucha Underground now, which is amazing.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so people around the area, Jersey, Philly area, I don't know. It just started popping up. So apparently I have El Rey. So if you're in the area, recheck it, I guess. It might be there. I have El Rey now, so I'll start watching it. It's recorded tonight. So.
Yeah, I started catching up on it. I'm only 12 episodes behind, so...
Yeah, so I mean, I'd honestly, like, Lucha Underground is one I've wanted to review. Like, I'd prefer to talk about that any day than...
Yeah, we'll
Smack.
start doing the week before every... Yeah.
I get everything now. I've always got everything except for Lucha. But I've been recording Ring of Honor again.
Ooh.
And I've started recording New Japan again. So I'm trying to cut out some WWE, which is not much because I only watch Raw anyway. So, like, I don't know how much else I can cut out, but I just want to, I don't know, dude.
No, I don't blame you, man. I look, after this week of Raw and Smackdown, I'm pumped to watch Lucha Underground. Put it that way.
Dude, honestly, like, I have no complaints about wrestling right now. You know what? For the most part. Like, I didn't stop watching WWE or decrease the amount of time that I spent on WWE because it's bad. If anything, I think it's actually better than it's been in the last, decade maybe? So I'm not complaining about that. It's just like, I don't know. once the brand split happened and they added all the extra hours, it just, I don't know. It just kind of freaked me out.
All right. I understand.
You know what I mean? It, like, psychologically just fucked with me a little bit.
I know. And it is. It's, yeah.
Because, like, dude, we got a pay-per-view this weekend. And like, oh, dude, come on. Really? I don't really need it. It just happened. There was another one, like, a week ago. Like, what?
Yeah, I know. And, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where, yeah, it is a lot of fucking wrestling to watch in 2 days. It's starting to feel like work.
No, it is. That's why I had to stop, dude. I just, like...
Yeah, and truthfully, I paid very little attention. I did stuff pretty much the whole time both shows were on this week.
Dude, SmackDown, like, I haven't watched any of it since the first week. Like, I watched the first week.
Mm-hmm.
And I've read the results. It looks fucking whack, dude. I don't know how you guys praise this show.
It's been good. The last 2 weeks weren't. This week was actually the fucking, like, the record low since they came to Tuesdays. So,
yeah.
You know, which isn't that long. I think it's only, a couple months. So it's not like they've been here a long time, but yeah, just not good. But
Billionaire Ted said he tuned out of Raw to watch CBS. That's how you know it's bad.
Yeah, that's really how you know it's bad. Well, let me ask you something, Shaheen.
Sure.
What would you say if Hulk Hogan came back to WWE?
What would I say? Like, as in, would I co-sign it? Do I personally want to see him back? Do I think it's a good idea? Do I think it's a possibility? You gotta be specific.
The Wrestling Observer recently made note of the recent voiceover that was being featured in the WWE Network commercials with Hulk Hogan's voice in it. Meltzer speculates this could be WWE testing the waters for a Hulk Hogan return. They're looking to kind of bring him back quietly, or any way to bring him back as soon as all the backlash dies down from the racist remarks. So, according to Meltzer, they may be actually trying to bring Hulk Hogan back.
But what for, though? I mean, I understand they're desperate because last week they got a 1.8 rating, but believe me, like Hulk Hogan, he'll boost the rating for like a week. There's not much to it, dude. I mean, does he really contribute to the show in any form or fashion other than plug, $9.99? Come on. And what are they going to do? He can't be a brand ambassador anymore after all that racist shit he put out. So what use do they have for him? He can't wrestle. The guy can't take a bump. He doesn't do regular promos anymore. He's not involved with any angles. He comes out and does a plug, and he's like the famous. He's like a better version of DJ Hyde.
Well, I mean, what they really had him around for in the beginning, when they did bring him back the first time, was he was an ambassador for the WWE Network.
Right.
I could see him bringing him back to keep doing that.
But after the racist remarks? That was before it.
That was before and during. And then they got rid of him during. I don't know what would happen at this point. Really,
I really don't want to see him, dude. I don't want to see Brett. I don't want to see Brett. I don't want to see Ric Flair. I don't want to see Shawn Michaels. I don't want to see Hogan.
Oh, but Bret Hart's your favorite.
No, I mean, he's not. Yeah, but I don't want to see him again. Like, unless they can really do something with him, like really put them in an angle and do something somewhat interesting. But I have no interest in those Legends panels and them sitting around and fucking, hey, Orton, what are you going to do with John Cena? I have no interest in that. It's nothing.
I actually think if they keep them regulated to those little panels, that's fine. That's where they really should be.
They shouldn't even have those panels.
That's once they hit.
Not even
I don't mind the panels. It's once they hit TV, you're like,
yeah.
So, all right, let's get to this big news, Shaheen.
All right.
WWE reportedly has put in a bid to buy TNA.
I don't buy it.
That's because you don't have $4 million.
True. Even if I did, I still wouldn't buy it.
And by the way, I did read a few hours ago that TNA did reject WWE's deal. WWE was looking to only buy the library, which is obvious. Everyone said 1,000 times that's all Vince would be even remotely interested in. So, so there's that. Dixie Carter is only asking for $4 million for her share of the company.
For her share? What is her share?
She still has controlling stake right now, from what I know. But
does she own like the 49%, or is?
Yeah, I probably 51.
Like I heard on the, I want to say it was MLW maybe a couple weeks ago, where they said she's basically sold like most of her shares.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I don't know what that number means, because most could mean 40. She's at 49. Well, he's at 51.
From what I'm reading, it does look like Corgan has taken over a lot, and he is looking to buy TNA. He wants to buy TNA and try to make it goddamn successful for fucking once. And I think, look, man, every fucking week lately, I've been reading something about TNA, and it's not as bad as it used to be.
Boxman, that's not an answer though. You got to think, dude. Put yourself in this position, right? You busted your ass doing concerts your whole fucking life to get this money. Would you really blow it on a company that hasn't been able to reach financial success in fucking almost 15 years, 20 years, whatever it's been around? That's fucking crazy, dude. Think about it.
I wouldn't know.
But I'm saying he shouldn't, though. Think about it, Boxman. When's the last time you saw a TNA action figure in Toys R Us or anywhere else?
Actually, they have them. They're there.
I haven't seen anything.
I have. I really have.
Best Buy, any of those DVD stores, not a single TNA DVD.
I don't.
Pay-per-views, who gives a fuck? Is it happening? Nobody knows.
Hey, Bound for Glory, October 2nd, sir.
See? I don't know. Look at the ratings. Does it reflect in the ratings? No. Dude, it's one hot angle. It's the hard. It's not creating money. Come on.
I don't know. Forbes.
That company is fucking dead.
Well, here, let me ask you something.
I'm not even trying to be a dick. I'm just saying. Like, they've hit rock bottom. Even if they brought in fucking The Rock right now, I think it would be a fix for a month, and it would go to the same shit.
Well, here's a billionaire Ted kind of reminded me to bring this up. Forbes did an article on TNA thriving if it were on the WWE network. Do you agree or disagree with that? Now, this is something we've discussed before.
What? Okay, the bid that Vince apparently put in, right? If he would have got that company, which let's face it, if Dixie's asking for $4 million just for her shares, he's not paying that, because he got WCW for $4 million.
Like 2.5, I think.
I thought it was whatever. Either way,
yeah, I think it's 2.5. To be honest,
whatever it was a very bare minimum.
It was a steal,
right? So believe me, he's not paying like $7-8 million for TNA.
No, but let's say this,
and let me say this before you.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the main point. If he ever buys that company, dude, he has NXT. He can even start a brand new promotion with these cruiserweights. Like, he doesn't need TNA. He would never put TNA on the network and have it be its own company, because he didn't create that. He doesn't. Dude, he won't even bring back the fucking War Games. That's how much pride he has. You think he's gonna put TNA on the network? No. He's gonna buy their fucking their footage. He's gonna put that up there. Why? Because Samoa Joe's there. Sting is there.
Yep.
AJ Styles is there.
Yep.
Fucking Austin Aries is there. Yep. Bobby Roode is there. TJ Perkins, TJ Percocets, whatever the fuck. He's there.
James Storm is a free agent now. Exactly. Could end up back there again.
You never know. You might get a Magnus. Who knows? It benefits them. So it is beneficial. But what they would do, I guarantee you, they would use the footage and put it up there just to gain some attraction and put out some DVDs and sell a few, because of AJ, he's the world champion, et cetera, et cetera. They would shut that fucking company down, dude. Oh, and that's why they don't want to sell it.
So let's go hypothetical real quick. Billy Corgan buys the company, gets in Vince McMahon, well, probably Triple H's ear. Triple H is probably a Pumpkins fan, so he probably gets in Triple H's ear. Triple H convinces Vince McMahon to actually do this. Put the company on the fucking network. Billy Corgan owns it. Dixie Carter is out of there. And it ends up on the network. Would it be successful at all? More successful? Or would it just do the exact same it's doing now? And would you actually lose the hardcore fans that are with TNA now? Because some of those people may hate WWE.
Would it? All right. Well, let's put it this way. It'll never happen because it's quite frankly, it's a stupid idea. Though.
I said hypothetical.
Yeah, but it just would never happen because why would they give a platform to their own competition? They would never do that. Never ever. If anything, they would probably do something with like a New Japan or something trendy. Japanese wrestlers are in right now. Let's face it. Half the fucking hipsters are walking around with, Shinsuke Nakamura, autographs all over the place, and fucking, they're into that right now. New Japan is booming. If anything, they would probably align themselves with that, not TNA. And TNA, they would never put their competition on their network. That just wouldn't make any sense. They would never, ever do that. Would TNA get more viewers? Absolutely. Okay. You know why? Because they're on fucking Pop TV. 99% of fucking people don't even know what Pop TV is. So more people would have access to it, absolutely. So more people probably would watch it, yeah. Would they really benefit from it? Maybe. It just would never happen. I really don't see that happening.
Okay.
But if it ever does, though, TNA should be thankful, and they should take anything WWE gives them, because that's going to be a hand that feeds them, because those guys, they need a helping hand. Yeah,
they could use it. They could use it.
And I'm sure the shows are good. I'm not saying that, but it's just like they've promised the people, a new TNA is coming. You remember when they brought in Homicide, Low Key, and all those guys like a year ago? Mm-hmm. And I started watching. I was like, oh shit! Like these are my guys. Like these are fucking people I love watching, and they're back on TV. I'll watch this. Samoa Joe, Low Key, Homicide. Yeah, hell yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And what happened? A month later, Bobby Lashley is back. Oh yeah, all right. And I'm sure he's doing great because I hear he's better than ever. But I'm just saying from back then, I don't know what he's doing now. But when they brought in guys like that again, I was like, all right, they're back in the same boat.
All right.
You remember those Manhattan shows they were doing with the Dudleys against the Wolves, against the Hardys? These were fucking phenomenal. I was like, oh shit, this is actually, I love seeing this.
I remember.
I watch this every week, and we started reviewing it. And then they pretty much lost all the talent that I was looking forward to, all of them.
We even reviewed Bound for Glory.
Yeah, I actually bought Bound for Glory.
Well, that was your fault.
Actually, I remember buying a few of those pay-per-views when we reviewed it.
That was your fault, not mine.
It was my fault, and I regretted it. My first ever, you know what's weird? I'd never watched TNA in my life, right? Mm-hmm. Until I actually went to a live show. Right. So my first exposure to TNA was a live show. Mm-hmm. And that was actually, was it Bound for Glory?
Ooh.
No, it was the All Cage show. What is that one?
Lethal Lockdown.
Okay, yeah. Lethal Lockdown. And they did it at Temple University. Okay. They did it in Philadelphia a couple years back. And this must have been like almost 10 years ago, maybe.
Sure.
Something like that. I'm actually right like dead center, so I'm on camera the whole fucking time. It was Sting against Cactus Jack in the main event. That's why I went. So I heard about that, and I had stopped watching wrestling by then. So I was like, oh shit, Cactus Jack versus Sting. I don't even know what promotion this is, but I'll go see this shit.
Okay.
And then I realized like later on that it was the same promotion as NWA TNA, because I did watch some of the NWA TNA, but I didn't realize it was that, same company.
Right.
So later on I connected the dots, but yeah, my first exposure to that was a live event. And actually my first exposure to ECW, the WWE version of ECW, was going to a live show where Rob Van Dam won the title from Big Show. I was right there front row.
Oh, by the way, Anthony said it was Lockdown 2009. Yeah.
All right, so 7 years ago. That was 7 years ago.
Yeah, 2009. Yeah, Lockdown, Big Cage.
My first ever wrestling show was a WWE show, though. It was like right when I moved to America, like in, I want to say 98. Mm-hmm. It was a house show, and I remember it was Rock and Triple H, like Edge and Christian against the Hardys, and all that type of shit. And that's when we met Viscera. I met Viscera.
Oh, cool.
And he was totally kayfabe. Total kayfabe.
That doesn't surprise me.
Complete dick.
Complete. Poor guy.
Because I was like a kid, you know? I'm like fucking like 11, 12, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he was a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Godfather versus Val Venus was on the show. I'm trying to think what else was on there. I think X-Pac was against like D'Lo Brown or something.
I'm sorry, did you say Val Venus?
Oh, I did.
You
Go
did?
ahead.
You sure?
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Jesus Christ. Took so long. All right. Speaking of dicks.
Oh, Tommy?
No. If you watched Smackdown last night, David Otunga, during the Usos match, was struggling to get out a story about how he had met Rikishi on the set of an Adam Sandler movie and was asking him about what's going on with the Usos, the twins. But every time he started telling this story, Michael Cole or JBO would cut him off.
Jesus, that sounds, dude. I'm so happy I haven't been watching SmackDown just for that sole purpose.
3 times this guy tried to tell this story. 3 times he got cut off. I really wish I had the fucking audio, man, because it was hilarious. Yeah. But, every time he tried to tell it, they would just cut him off. Every single time he would try to tell. It was fucking amazing.
So from what I hear, and Billionaire Ted in the chat room is asking, was it a sold-out house? It was at the Wells Fargo Center, and from what I remember, I had like nosebleed seats, so I could barely even fucking see. But it was fucking full, dude. Like back then, they were packing houses down here. Wow. You know what I mean? Now I'm sure if you go to a WWE house show, which I would never ever in my life go to until I have kids, probably, it's probably like. Because I think the Wells Fargo sits like 24,000 or 20,000 or whatever. Mm-hmm. They only allow like maybe 14,000 for like the WWE shows. That show I would guess it was probably sold out. Now they probably do like 10,000 or whatever. I don't see them selling anything out unless it's like a pay-per-view or Raw.
I guess.
How was the Philly crowd for that SmackDown?
Decent, I guess. Usual Philly crowd. Not too much different.
I heard it was full of a bunch of softies.
Trying to remember. Like I said, man, I was doing a lot of shit during that. So.
See, it must have been a bunch of softies if you don't remember. If they didn't stand out, then it.
Not really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the word stand out, but yeah.
Yes, sir.
Philly.
All right.
Good job. So yeah, poor David Otunga.
No,
maybe
poor you for having to listen to that
maybe shit. If he showed a little emotion, they would let him speak a little more. But the guy is like fucking a monotone, and he can't talk in the first place. So it's why they chose him for commentary still is just beyond me. But they did, so. Now we get to deal with it.
Caught, man. That guy's been collecting checks for way too long.
Bro, they're using him. They are using him for every penny they can squeeze out of his wife.
But they don't even mention her.
I know, but she has connections, which gives him connections. He does a lot of that, of the charity. They send him out kind of like they do with them. He's like another Miz for them.
Yeah, but Miz actually wrestles.
I realize that, but he's another workhorse they send out to all the reading things.
How can you be a workhorse?
I mean, does what he's told, goes where he's told. You know what I mean. I don't look. He's not Mr. No Days Off or anything. But
he has every day off now, doesn't he?
Look, yeah. But
wait, what happened to that? They killed that, didn't they?
The
Bob Backlund thing?
I hope so.
I mean, you've been watching both shows. Is he on SmackDown or Raw?
I think he's on Raw.
Okay, so he hasn't been around. All right.
No. Nope.
Neither has Neville. I haven't seen Neville for quite some time.
A couple weeks ago he came out, and that was it.
Yeah, he came out for his after his injury. He came out one time.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna recall against what was it? Maybe Sin Cara, and then he had a match against Owens a couple weeks ago, and that was it.
That's it. That's all I've seen him is a couple of times. Maybe they're working in something for him.
Yeah, hopefully they're trying to figure things out, man, because that dude is probably the most talented guy as far as in-ring work on that roster, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they'll
You
ruin
could go
him.
toe-to-toe with Seth Rollins, the best of them. You can say what you want about Seth Rollins, about him injuring people or whatever the fuck, but that dude, man, he can go.
Yeah, Smith Hart wrote a fucking a diatribe of bullshit about about
the fuck is that? Who?
He's one of your Hart boys. You love the Harts.
Who? I like Teddy Hart and I like Bret Hart.
Well, that's your fault.
And no offense, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I was never like a big Owen fan. With all due respect, but I was just never an Owen fan.
No,
so it was always Bret Hart. And then, obviously, like, once, Teddy Hart came out, watching him is insanity, so can't help but be a fan of that guy.
I got you. You're fine.
Not okay with his cat, though, man. That he needs to stop doing that shit.
Yeah, I see a lot of Facebook hate for what he does with the cat.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I saw him at Jersey All Pro, and he didn't really do much with the cat. Mm-hmm. And like I'm not a big cat guy, so I don't really know much about them, like their characteristics and personalities. But I listened to J Cat's show one time, and he works with cats. That's what what he does for a living.
Right.
And he was saying, that's like one of like the worst things you can do with a cat is to travel with it because they're territorial. They want to stay in one place, and that cat is basically just like a fucking zombie the whole time.
Wow.
And like once he put it into that perspective, I was like, damn, that dude is kind of a dick. Just like he thinks he's like doing well, and he's a good owner, but he's fucking killing this cat on the low. And then once I was at the Game Changer show, like I want to say last month, was it? Yeah, last month.
Right.
When Teddy Hart was supposed to go against Chris Dickinson, and Dickinson was a no-show because of the whole money issue. I personally saw this with my own two eyes. Literally, he handed the cat off to Larry Legend, which is the announcer. He handed it off to one of the fucking their fucking staff is like way too old and sloppy. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. They look all homeless. He gave it to one of the homeless dudes. This dude literally fucking picked up a gym bag, not one of those like cages, a fucking gym bag, and threw the cat in the gym bag. How the cat gets oxygen and fucking lives, I don't know. How it doesn't suffocate to death, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I like Teddy Hart as a wrestler, but
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm like you. I'm not the biggest cat person in the world. I think they're...
I mean, I like cats. I just don't know much about them because I never owned one.
No. I like kittens.
I mean, I like all animals. It's not like I would never own a cat or anything. It's just like, I've always owned dogs.
Me too. But I'm more of a... I mean, we've discussed this before. We're dog people. There's cat people and there's dog people. I'm definitely
prefer
a
dogs
dog
over
person.
cats, without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah, but mistreating a cat, and this goes back to what we were saying earlier about the domesticated animals.
Yeah.
Mistreating a cat ain't right. At all. At all. At all. Can't do it. Speaking of pussy.
All right. Taking it there already?
Hall of Famer Sonny.
Oh, dude, you shouldn't even put pussy and Sonny in the same sentence, dude.
Okay, Arby's.
That's fucking garbage.
Hospitalized again, but I'm not mentioning this because she was hospitalized. I want to mention this for the disgusting begging this woman does when she is hospitalized and shit. I'm going to go ahead and read this.
Wait, didn't she just make $100,000 off of the porno?
Oh, hold on here. Yes, she did. Now, here we go. Sonny, of course, posted this on social media because Sonny just can't fucking just be in the hospital. Here it is. I'm not going to do Sonny voice, sorry. So many times I have done things to help others. Given away money began GoFundMe pages for friend, some of whom even have husbands who were working, all out of the goodness of my heart. Well, now it's time karma comes back to me for a change. I've been in the hospital since Monday afternoon, and we're not quite sure what's wrong yet. I had a cyst on my pancreas that was at 1.5 centimeters in March, and they said if it got bigger, it would need to be drained, removed, or have a stent put in. Well, now it's 3 centimeters, double the size, and my gallbladder may need to come out. I've been in constant abdominal pain for 5 days and bedridden because of it. I have a CT scan with contrast, an MRI with contrast, and probably getting an endoscopy with ultrasound by Monday. Lots of bills coming my way, not to mention personal bills. If someone was to be selfless enough to start a fundraising page, I would be eternally grateful. Remember, I don't have a husband to take care of me. Thanks. Okay.
See, I felt bad about approaching it the way I did in the beginning until the end where the begging started, and never mind.
See, I
wish her well. I don't mean to sound like a dick. I wish her. I hope. Obviously, I don't mean any harm. Hopefully, she does fine. Just her approach to it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, and of course, one of her fucking horny fans did, of course, set up a page.
Or Feinstein.
Or, you know what? I didn't even think about that.
Feinstein loves her.
Yeah, and of course, in addition to that, she wrote about filing a formal complaint against the nurses and the hospital because she fell down in the bathroom. They wouldn't help her.
So she's just fishing for money now.
She is now. I mean, she's going to be chasing ambulances soon, trying to. It's so bad. But and she starts off with the feel bad, and then I need money.
Well, I hate the part where she says, "I got a lot of bills coming in," and then I don't have a husband. It's
that's
honestly, the same husband you cheated on with?
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you. That's the worst part of it. Remember, I don't have a husband to take care of me. Thanks. Oh,
I don't even want to talk about this, to be honest with you, dude. Let's just.
All right. I'm just saying. I just wanted to bring up
Candido, dude. There's so many stories of her and Candido. It's just fucking.
Oh, I know, and her and Shawn Michaels and
right.
Yeah.
Bret Hart. Let's face it. The rumors out there with Bret Hart. I mean, Shawn Michaels has come out and said that they had relations.
Mm-hmm.
She was fucking both of them, and Candido was basically a lot of the times. A lot of people say he didn't know about it, but a lot of people say he kind of knew about it and kept it on the hush hush. It's fucking disgusting, dude. I don't even.
Yeah, I know but
that's one person I've met several times and never said a word to is Sonny.
Well, I mean, we were talking about cats and scumbags, so it just kind of all worked out well to bring up Sonny, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's the news.
So basically, she's rolling around the fucking litter box begging for money.
Basically, all she really has to do is just call up fucking the video place and say, "Look, I need that cock again."
Yeah, basically, or just beg on Skype again.
Throw me some more cock.
She'll take anal.
Toss me a cock.
Toss her a bag of them.
Yeah. Toss Sonny a cock. Yeah.
Whatever you do, whatever you toss her, just don't toss her salad because she's fucking ill.
Ugh.
Like farting and shit in the middle of the porn.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How did they not edit that out, man? Were they so fucking disgusted by the porn that they didn't even want to edit anything out? They were just like, yeah, we got an hour and a half. Just put it out there. I'm not watching it. You sure you don't want to run it back? Any echoes? No, I'm not watching. Dude, just put it out. Put it out. I already regret this whole thing. She farted. I know. I'm just not going back. Just fucking put it out, dude. Wrestling fans will buy it. Believe me, dude. They're fucking weird. Just put it out.
Biting on a hemorrhoid.
Oh. Fuck you. Oh, dude. What the fuck? Ew.
Did I just go too far?
Yes, motherfucker. Ew. All right. Oh, where the fuck did we do? How did we segue from biting on fucking hemorrhoids and then Sunny porno?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm out of news.
Jesus.
Let me see if there's anything on Facebook that we could go over here.
Oh, dude, my stomach is like turning right now. Do you want to let's do predictions for Clash of Champions.
Already? Isn't it next week?
Nah, dude.
It's not Sunday, is it?
Yeah, it's Sunday.
No, it's not.
I'm telling you, dude, it's a Sunday.
No.
Dude.
No, please.
It's. I'm telling you. That's why I keep telling you I can't watch SmackDown. It's too much wrestling. I just can't do it.
No,
I know it's too much. I believe me. I'm right there with you, brother. I don't. All right. So WWE Clash of the Champions is this Sunday, and several matches were added to the show last night on Raw. One being the Cruiserweight Championship will be defended against T.J. Perkins, Percocet Boy, will defend it against Brian Kendrick. And, man, that'll probably be, like, the highlight of the show for me.
Yeah. That's probably the pre-show.
So we're going to get the finale of Cesaro versus Sheamus, the best of 7 series. I guess let's do prediction. The first one, I would probably go with TJ. I don't think Brian Kendrick is going to beat him.
Okay.
He's not there for that.
I'd
He's
have to
there
agree.
to put people over. He's not there to win it.
Yep, have to agree with that.
Cesaro and Sheamus, I'm going to guess Cesaro's going to win, because otherwise, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here? Would you agree?
I hope to God Sheamus loses.
But what does it even mean? Like, you know how
Nothing.
big I was on Cesaro, right? Like, since we started the show, I've loved Cesaro. Right now, dude, I don't even care. Who gives a fuck? If he wins, who cares?
Yeah, and you know what? On Facebook, I posted a cool little story that William Regal told on WWE.com about Cesaro.
But that's honestly one guy they've completely killed him for me.
They really have, and they're
Him
continuing.
and Neville.
Well, Neville got hurt, but
Yeah, but even before that, dude, believe me, they're not doing anything with those.
oh no, I totally agree.
At least they're not jobbing though. That's all right.
We'll see. WWE loves them some fucking Sheamus though, so do not be surprised if Sheamus takes this.
Well, he's getting that money.
Yeah, he's got that fuck money, so he's got that
big
Virgil
time
shit.
check they're cutting, man. They need to cut it.
Go
You know
ahead.
that song?
Yeah,
Your price is way too high. You need to cut it.
I heard it on the Wrestling Soup last week.
Oh, okay.
That's where I get my my music.
That's where you get your hip hop from. That's they keep up with the trap music.
Pretty much Joey and Mish are my hip hop music. Oh, this is what people are listening to in 2016. Yeah.
I was actually and I'll have to talk about this a little bit later on about the Game Changer show I went to, but it's very close to New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally got Hot 97, so I was real hyped, and then I listened to it, and I'm like, oh shit, dude, this sounds exactly like the fucking radio that we get in Philly. I didn't realize how fucking commercial and pop radio is gone.
Yeah.
Because when I was still listening to radio, like you would have like obviously you're not into rap music, but they would bring in like people and they would do freestyle sessions. You would get exclusives. You know what I mean? You would feel like you're listening to something exclusive. You're a part of something. Nowadays, it's just like these fucking corny co-hosts, and like they're contributing nothing but just saying that the song title. You're listening to Young Thug, Trap Queen, or whatever the fuck.
It's all they can do, bro. You don't understand. Even those morning zoo shows, they're so handcuffed. Which is why when you bring up some of those shows, I'm like, how the fuck are they getting away with this? You know?
Show.
Huh?
Like what show?
Like when you said there's that one radio host who like pulls guns on people.
Oh, dude, that was in the 90s though. That was
Dude, and you know what? Me and Anthony had a big conversation about this over on THT Movie Review. Find us at THT Movie Review.
Tell them what time they can find you, sir.
11 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Fridays.
Right here on Mixlr.com/THT Podcast.
THT Podcast. There you go.
Goddamn subscribe. Go on iTunes. They're on iTunes. Are you on Stitcher yet?
Yeah. Just got on Stitcher, got on Google Play Music. It said we went live according to that. We're on all the mediums now that you can find great podcasts. So pretty much anywhere you can find us, and I believe I put us on TuneIn Radio also. So
Okay, so you can stream it on there or Mixlr. Then.
Yeah. So we're good to go on all that. But we had a big conversation. Anthony asked me, when did all the handcuffs, start getting put on, pop culture and radio and music, and I, kind of haphazardly said, after Janet showed a boob on the Super Bowl halftime show.
That's what happened with Stern, isn't it? Stern had
You know what? It's when all this shit went down. It's when, and you remember that was on a Clear Channel station.
Right.
So
when was that? 2011, maybe?
I believe it was. I think it said 2004, dude.
Really?
Really? No. Give me a second here. Janet Jackson, boob date.
Dude, my fucking timing is way off. If I'm thinking that was fucking 5 years ago.
Dude, that was way more than 5 years. But this is when it happened. And Howard Stern was a Clear Channel employee at the time, hired by them. So, yeah.
The weird thing is, so was that guy. So was Star, the radio host that you were just talking about. He was on the Clear Channel, and then he had to go to court with him, like, several times.
February 1st, 2004, bro.
Damn, dude, I'm way off. Holy shit.
February 1st, 2004 is when all the fucking...
Ago?
Huh?
What the fuck?
Seriously. That's when the handcuffs got put on a lot of people. It shows here that fucking... I mean, me and Anthony went through this in fine detail. I'm not going to do it again, but I'll say that there's even parts in here where it talks about the FCC not only doubling, but, like, tripling and, like, quadrupling fines, like, from 25,000 to, like, 200, like, 100%, markup in them. So things got really weird after Janet showed a boob. So it was her fault.
That titty was not worth it.
No, it really wasn't. I mean,
that titty was not worth it. Why would you do that?
I don't know, dude.
Going radio over a half titty.
I don't know. But that is when a lot of the fucking handcuffs got put on. A lot of people. You couldn't do the morning zoo. You can't do prank calls anymore. That shit'll get you fined.
Well, Stern still does. Well, he's on satellite, though.
If I told you all those prank calls were set up, would it piss you off?
No, I mean, I would definitely believe it.
They are. They have to be now, unfortunately. Opie and Anthony have said this 1,000 times. They can't do what they used to do. Those prank calls now are all set up. Matter of fact, you can hear some of those prank calls on other radio shows. They're recorded, sent out to other radio shows, too.
Yeah, Weebs mentions the Jerky Boys. I remember, like, back when Napster was around, I used to download that shit.
Oh, yeah. Jerky Boys. Who am I thinking of?
Stern was always my guy, though. I never got into Opie and Anthony, but...
Yeah. Well, yeah. You've said that before. Nah, like I said, I listened to Stern.
I loved, like, the TV show, you know what I mean? I never really listened to, like, the radio show until I had satellite. Mm-hmm. But, like, I always kept up on the E! channel, because it would come on after Raw, you know?
Yeah, but a lot of that shit now, I mean, Jim Florentine used to do the prank calls. Can't do it anymore, man. They put your ass in jail for that shit. It's illegal. Now, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All they can do is basically, everything is a rule. You have to have this in the right context, or you can say this, or you can't say. I would never, as much as I would love to be on the radio, I probably couldn't do it.
Yeah. I honestly, like, Stern he's a genius, dude. He's the definition of, like, an entrepreneur. He really cares about what he does, you know?
Well,
like, you've seen how many shows there are. I mean, I don't know how many you've listened to, but there's so many out there where he was flipping out on the guys right on the air. Because, even though he does, like, a 5-hour show, that minute of bullshit that they put out there, that pissed him off that much. Because he's like, yo, this time is valuable. We have 20 million listeners. You're not putting this unfunny piece on the fucking air. This is my baby. You're not putting some bullshit, corny jokes on the air, even if it's a minute of that 5 hours. You know? And I always respected that, man. He had a lot of passion for what he did, and that's why he's been around for, almost, like, fucking 30 years.
Yeah, about maybe more.
Yeah.
He's been around since the 80s, man, so...
Yeah, I mean, I was obviously never watching him then, but I've seen, like, some of his older stuff now since, YouTube.
Yeah.
But
and I'm sure you've seen the movie.
Yeah, of course.
Well, hell, maybe we should do private parts on the movie show. You can join one night.
Yeah, I love Stern. I would definitely do that one.
That's a great movie. That's a very well-made movie.
What's his name? And another guy that I really respected. I'm not sure if you know who that is, but Dame Dash. Do you know who that is?
No.
He was Jay-Z's partner in discovering Rockefeller Records, and he was a guy that like very stand-up guy. Didn't take any bullshit. Would constantly stand up to record executives and CEOs, and would fucking run up in there, tear the door down, rip up papers, and act like a fool.
Yeah.
But he wasn't about to get robbed. He wasn't gonna let them fucking just rip him off. And those guys' passion for what they did, just I don't know, inspired me a lot personally. As weird as it may sound, was Stern, because you think of Stern and you're like, all right, well, you got like naked midgets and fucking. Half retarded people coming out there and doing all this weird shit.
Yeah.
How can he be your hero? And just like his passion for what he does, Not necessarily hero, but he's definitely inspired me.
Have you listened to any of the ones with Craig Gass?
No.
Oh, you got to check out Craig Gass, dude. He's an impressionist.
Okay, I think kind of chubby guy.
Yeah, does the best Sam Kinison I have ever heard.
Yeah, I remember. He has like blonde hair, right? Like
blondish brown. Yeah, he's been in CSI.
Clean shaven guy, fat dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He is talented as hell, dude. But Sam Kinison might be one of the hardest voices to do, and he nails it. I fucking love him. Love when he does that. It's creepy when he does it.
He's really good with a lot of them, though.
Yeah, he does a good Pacino.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff.
He was just on the that show that Dana Carvey's on. That what is that? First Impressions.
Okay, I've recorded a few episodes on my DVR. I never watched
The first episode has Craig Gass, so yeah, he's funny. But yeah, that maybe now I might need to actually see if I can find Craig Gass doing Sam Kinison. It's creepy. I'm a Kinison fan.
I like this analogy right here. Weebs says Artie Lang is the Jake Roberts of radio, and this is definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great comparison. That's a good one. Sorry.
I would agree with that.
Definitely, man. Artie, that dude, man, he just fucking off and on, dude. I mean, he had his demons with, heroin and everything else that was going on with him. But that dude, he never reached his potential, I feel like, because he could have had his own show. I think he could have been a movie star, Beer League wasn't the best movie or whatever, but
who cares?
He could have done more.
Let's see. Craig Gass does Sam Kinison on Rick Emerson. Let's see if that pulls up for a minute. Probably an ad.
While you pull that up, let me go to the next match.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Nia Jax against Alicia Fox. I'm going with Jax.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So we got Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Charlotte in a triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Sasha.
I'm going with Bayley.
Nah, it's too soon, dude.
I know they're either going to go with Bayley or leave it on Charlotte.
Wait, Charlotte has it now?
Didn't she get it back? Yeah.
I don't
No?
know. I fast forward through these, dude. I don't know.
Pretty sure she did. Chat room?
Well, if Charlotte is the champion, she's going to retain. If Sasha's the champion, she's going to retain. Whoever's the champion, I think, is going to retain. Whatever. Because Bayley, they're going to save that moment for WrestleMania, dude. It's going to be Bayley against Sasha. They're trying to recreate that moment that they got at the NXT Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yeah.
Yeah. They're going to basically have like an encore presentation on WrestleMania. They're going to save that moment. They're not going to waste it now. Or at least they shouldn't.
All right.
We got the Universal Champion, Kevin Owens against Seth Rollins. I think Kevin Owens is going to win with Triple H basically interfering.
I could see that, but I definitely think Owens is keeping it. Yep.
Absolutely. We got the New Day against Gallows and Anderson. I'm going with the Bullet Club. It's time, dude. New Day has had it way too long.
I think they're going to keep it on New Day.
Nah, I'm going with Gallows and Anderson.
I just don't see why at this point.
Because they just need it. they've ruined them already. They got
Exactly. They've ruined them already. That's why
those are like another group of guys that I thought had high potential, and they just completely ruined them. Like them, Cesaro, Neville, Sami Zayn to an extent. Hopefully they pick him back up. But so that's the first match that we disagree on. I'm going with the Bullet Club. You're going with New Day.
Yep.
Rusev against Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is going to take the U.S. belt.
I think they're going to try that with him too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we agree on that too. Sami Zayn against Chris Jericho. I think Sami Zayn. Chris Jericho's on his way out.
Yep. And Chris Jericho is there to put guys over. So
exactly. And he loves those guys. He loves Kevin Owens and
Zayn.
I almost went Generico again. And it's in front. But all Canadian guys, and Jericho was an indie guy. He did do the indies.
Mm-hmm.
Back when indies were, shindies. They were shitty indies.
He's Canadian, eh?
Yeah, and he's Canadian. And you can tell, dude, he probably even asked to work with those guys, He was like, yeah, I can do something with these guys. These guys will bring the best out of me. And if you notice, Chris Jericho has only been getting great since he started feuding with those guys.
And he is great right now.
Oh, he's the best thing on Raw. Him and Owens are the fucking amazing.
Yep, I agree.
Like, if you gave me 3 hours of that, I'd rather watch that than the whole Raw. Just 3 hours of that.
No, I agree.
Less New Day, though. New Day is starting to... They're shit in the bag, dude.
They overexposed them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even say overexposed them. They did in the beginning when they were doing like 3 segments a show. Now I think it's almost like 2 years. It's time.
Well,
you have to do something else.
Now they're forcing the comedy. They're forcing funny, and force funny is not funny. It's too much. It's like they switched writers or something. I don't know, but it's horrible now.
All right, so that sums it up for that Clash of Champions. So we agree on everything except New Day and Bullet Club.
Sure.
All right. Beautiful.
Sure.
You want to go ahead and play that sound bite?
Yeah, and then where did you meet Abby this weekend?
That was at the ECW Arena.
Oh, okay. You went to the convention?
Black Fest. Yeah.
Oh, well,
I'll get into that in Game Changer in a minute after you.
All right. Let me see if this is even. I didn't even listen to this yet, so I'll see how it is right now when it plays.
All right.
We talked on the phone, I think earlier this year, something like that, and you blew me away with the Sam Kinison impression. And so,
that's right.
Speaking of me, and you called the show as Sam because, and at that point, I think we only had a part-time call screener at that point. This guy Scotty, and I think the show was, and he wasn't there that day. I think we were taking the calls like unscreened.
Right.
And so I'm like, all right, line 5, hello, and then I said, Rick Emerson show, and then suddenly. You're like, Rick,
I go, hey, Rick, it's Sam Kinison, and I'm calling from hell. We've been getting your show down in hell. It's on a live feed, and I just want to call you and tell you got a lot of fans here down in hell. We think you're the best! Oh! Oh, my God. I thought this guy was dead. He's not dead. This guy came back from an AA meeting. Jesus.
So there you go. So my skin is crawling.
Dude, I've got so many stories about Sam. I got
the laugh. It's the laugh, dude.
Yeah.
It's
did you ever Did you ever catch Sam on Stern?
Mm-hmm. He's the one that got him drinking again.
Wait, got who drinking?
Sam Kinison.
Oh, Stern got him drinking again?
Yes, sir.
Because he had a lot of demons, right?
Yes. Sam Kinison was known for screaming and being coked up and drunk.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he was known for. But I loved Sam Kinison. Sam Kinison and Andrew Dice Clay had one of the greatest comic feuds around. Back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Dice Clay is fucking hilarious. I love him on Stern, man. Those are like some of my favorite episodes.
Oh yeah, and he became friends again with Opie and Anthony. They were not friends for a long time, but Yeah, so yeah, he's on there, and yeah, but that impression that Craig Gass does of Sam K, it's creepy. It's creepy. It's ghostly.
Wait, so Dice Clay also goes on Opie and Anthony?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Which is Opie and Jimmy now. They had a big falling out, Opie and Anthony, with Andrew Dice Clay over. Someone was supposed to mention them and didn't do it on a show, and there was bad blood between them all. So, but they recently, I mean, the past few years, when Anthony was still there, they made up. So, it's all good. But yeah, a lot of those guys do both shows, man.
I'm surprised.
A lot of them, not anymore, dude. Not anymore. A lot of those guys do both of those shows. Reverend Bob Levy does both shows, and a bunch of people I could think of do both. I can't think of them right now, of course, but a bunch.
See, I'm surprised Levy and Dice Clay go on Opie.
Jim Florentine.
So those were kind of like Stern guys, you know.
Jim Florentine does both shows. Artie has been on Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, I saw that episode. But I mean, Artie's finish was Stern, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's over with.
Yeah, but a lot of times people will go to Stern, and then either that day or the next day they'll do Opie and Anthony. They're both in New York, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like it's kind of like the same thing with the Breakfast Club. I don't know if you know what that is, but
yeah, you played them a couple times for me. But
yeah, they get a lot of the same guests too.
Smart Wahlberg says Sam is no Mitch Hedberg. I've actually seen Mitch Hedberg live, and Mitch Hedberg is one funny son of a bitch. One funny son of a bitch, except for the fact that he forgot his show because he was so drunk.
I think you've mentioned that before.
I did. Yeah, we were literally yelling his show like bits to him to keep going. But anyway, what do you want to do? Go ahead and talk about whatever you want, man.
Well, let's. Was there anything on Raw? Because nothing really stood out to me.
Nothing. I mean, nothing.
I mean, we had Seth Rollins and Rusev. It was an alright match. But I mean, nothing really special happened, you know?
Mm-hmm. Nothing really did.
Bo Dallas and a jobber, Braun Strowman and a jobber, Cesaro, Sheamus, whatever. You know, like, what do you say about that?
I don't know, man.
The only thing that really stood out to me was the cruiserweights. You know? That was the highlight of the show for me.
That was pretty much the highlight of the fucking show. And there's already rumors that they're going to be tamed down. So don't expect as many high spots.
I mean, that wasn't that many high spots.
Oh, they're going to do even less. Don't worry.
Because I was going to say, that was actually kind of a slow match for, you know.
Oh, expect less.
Wow.
Expect
less. Well, way
sir.
to ruin it already.
Yep. Way to ruin it. So, what else?
I think Rich Swann was a standout guy. And you know, he was a CZW guy, so again, it's surreal to see these guys up there.
It's coming to the ring, he definitely stood out than the other more than the other guys.
Dude, it's charismatic as fuck.
Yeah, the dancing, the show, and all. Yeah, definitely.
You know what? He's a guy that could carry on the New Day. If one of those guys fell out, they could stick him right in there.
Yeah, they could.
He's that type of guy. Grand Metallic or Metallic, whatever the fuck. I'm gonna just call it Metallic, dude. I'm not.
That's fine. You're good.
Metallic. I haven't watched enough Lucha Underground to get down the accent, dude. I can't do the Metallic. I'm going with the Metallic. Grand Metallic. That guy's dope. I mean, he's pretty fucking good. I saw him in the finals of the cruiserweight tournament, and he did this like crazy Hurricane Rana, like through the ropes or over the top. It was fucking crazy to the outside, insane. So that guy's super talented. I know he was in CMLL, and he was doing big things over there. And of course, you know, Cedric Alexander, Ring of Honor guy, PWG guy, constantly been killing it on the indies forever. Not my personal favorite. I mean, he's obviously great, but you know, I prefer Rich Swann. Who else was in there? And obviously Brian Kendrick, which is, you know, self-explanatory.
Brian Kendrick.
The Brian Kendrick. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Former WWE champion, correct? For a second?
Tag team champion. I know that.
What didn't he win the actual title for like a minute or some shit?
I don't remember. I'm sure someone.
Anybody in the chat room? Am I just making this? I mean, I could be just making this up because I didn't watch wrestling during that time. That was during my hiatus. But if I can recall correctly, that happened. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the chat room. Which you can join the chat room, mixlr.com/THT podcast. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It can happen. Yeah, as far as Raw, I mean, there was a cage match, Roman Reigns. He beat Kevin Owens, which was stupid, but whatever. At least it wasn't a pinfall. Which, you know, in these matches, that's why I kind of enjoy cage matches. Because it's just something to put in the gap without making the other guy look weak. Because, you know, Kevin Owens doesn't look any weaker than he did going, you know, into this match. You know, prior to this match, he was the fucking top guy, and right now he's walking out still the top guy. Because you know, Roman Reigns just happened to fall on the floor a second earlier. It's not a big deal. It's not like the guy tapped out, you know? So it's whatever.
Yeah.
There was a cool splash that Seth Rollins did, and you know, that just about summed it up for Raw. It wasn't the best show.
Yeah, obviously Seth Rollins, babyface.
Yeah, absolutely. And which,
obviously.
Smart move. They should have done that, you know, 4 months ago when he first came back out. You know,
right, They never should have changed it. Should have stuck with the babyface. He came back, gave a great babyface promo, and then they just said, oh, by the way, we forgot people are supposed to hate you.
Yeah, you know what? They should have kept him a face and turned Roman Reigns heel, and I would have never had to watch fucking Eric Young for 2 hours. So, thank you.
There you go, man. Go ahead and hit SmackDown real quick if you want.
I mean, I didn't watch SmackDown, so you can hit that.
That's right. I'll hit. Give me 2 seconds here if you don't mind. Let me get the results pulled up.
From what I heard, the Usos, they turned heel on SmackDown, correct?
Usos turned heel last week, or week before.
Nice. See, that's good, man. It's about time. Those guys, they were
good. That is good.
Absolutely.
Ambrose beat Cena clean.
Wow.
Yes, sir. What else do we have? Miz getting better and better each week. Hate to tell you. I know.
Well, it's about time after being champion. It's not like a guy's new.
Yeah, let's see. Started off with the Usos beating American Alpha. They're definitely getting a lot fucking better. Corbin, Apollo Crews. I heard Baron Corbin. I picked up my phone. Miz, Ziggler, Orton, Rowan. You should have seen Eric Rowan. I thought you'd be turned on if you were watching. His sheep mask was all painted up in clown makeup.
Oh yeah, since I'm so much into dudes.
Well, it's the clown thing.
So I just want to bang any clown out. It's all right.
Nikki Bella is suddenly back to being a babyface. Suddenly, she's flipped every week since she's been back on SmackDown.
Dude, it's the same with Stephanie. They're confused.
I know. Naomi and
bipolar.
Yeah, completely. Naomi and Nikki defeated Natalya and Carmella, and then, like I said, Dean Ambrose beat John Cena. Heath Slater and Rhino continue to entertain. I know what you're thinking, but god damn it, just a little fucking thing they had was great. So that's it. That's SmackDown. You want to
wait? No AJ?
AJ's on Raw, dude.
He's not.
No, SmackDown. Yeah.
How do you watch SmackDown every week and you don't even know? Dude. See? You can't tell me it's a great show when you don't even remember who the champion is.
Dude, there's too much fucking wrestling on.
See? Exactly.
I'm tired. You got me all flustered knowing there's a fucking pay-per-view this week.
It's too much, man.
Yeah.
We should just stop watching WWE and just watch like Lucha Underground 1 hour a week.
Yeah, I agree. AJ was down on commentary for the Ambrose Cena match and did attack Cena afterwards. AJ had a few little backstage segments, and that was he's another one who has just completely turned around. I mean, all the naysayers on AJ have to now be just fucking sucking his balls, dude.
Dude, I told you before you even debuted, man.
I agreed. Look,
No, sir. You underestimated it. You said they have to debut him.
His talking ability. I will not lie. I've admitted that. I'll admit I
so did I. Yeah, we were both wrong on that.
Exactly.
No one expected him to be. But I did say that I think he's going to be super over with the crowd immediately, and you guys weren't sure if people were even gonna know who the fuck he is.
Well,
I'm telling you though, in this generation, like people are into like Japanese wrestling. Like people follow Ring of Honor now. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Even though they might not watch it every week, hence the reason you're getting like 60,000. As far as viewership, but at least people keep up with it. There's such thing as Twitter. They follow this wrestling media, and it posted this up about Shinsuke Nakamura. So they know who this guy is now. They click on that link. It ends up on YouTube. Next thing you know, they're looking on the right side, and this is suggested. Oh, what's this guy? This is a fucking whatever guy. So they start to familiarize themselves with a lot of independent wrestlers, Mexican wrestlers. Japanese, even some British guys like Sabri Jr., Tommy End, Marty Scurll, guys like that. So, and Will Ospreay, how can I forget that guy? That guy's fucking killing it.
Yeah, he's getting some attention too. So,
oh, dude, Ospreay is he's that guy. Oh, you know who's on the phone?
Yeah, I sure do.
That's good.
What's up, man? Are you eating your phone?
No, I'm not. I promise I'll fix the audio in a second.
Oh, yeah? Sounds like you're flushing us down the toilet.
I'll fix the audio in a second as soon as I flush.
Yeah, let me just take a shit on your audio and flush it down the toilet, and then I'll turn it down in a second. I love how we don't even have to announce who it is. It just... Oh, that's...
Hold on as I pull your phone out of the urinal. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, let me just wipe this phone off with my dick real quick.
Oh.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it sounds better, but you sound like you're doing like a sex line.
Yeah. Hi, Smark. How are you doing tonight?
You sound very, very vulnerable right now.
Vulnerable.
Like the type that might just slip on a banana and end up on a dick.
Tommy, time to call in, brother.
Time
to call in.
Yeah. Tommy's always vulnerable, man. That dude, that's the type of guy that would end up in gay pride week by, quote unquote accident.
Quote unquote accident.
Yeah. So what's up, Smart man? What you got in your mind?
I mean, actually, Lucha Underground has been great this year.
Wait, English?
Lucha Underground has been great
Lucha
this
Underground
year.
has been great.
Oh, okay, yeah. How many? They're on the third season now, right?
Yeah.
How many episodes are they in? Is it like second episode?
Of the third season, I think they're only on 3.
Okay, so I only have to catch up to 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to have. You really don't have to do that much catching up on that.
Dude, did you just finish like jerking off or banging or something?
No.
You called in like all out of breath, like rubbing the phone all over himself.
No.
Dude, Lucha Underground was pretty good this week.
This is such a good episode. Oh my god.
That excited.
Do I sound better now?
This really
I'm
is.
that excited about
Just
Lucha.
give me 1 second. I got to get my cum rag to wipe my dick off.
It's really such an orgasm.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I know I got a sexy voice, but Jesus Christ.
Can this guy get any gayer? That's it. Give me 1 second. I'll be back in 1 second. I got to grab a cigarette.
And here, then it just, okay. Well, he said grab a soda. That's fine. All right. No problem then.
But I mean, yeah, Pentagon Jr. versus Rey Mysterio was really good, and Rey Mysterio versus Puma was really good on the Ultimate Lucha finale.
Yeah, I'm watching season 2, and I'm kind of debating if I should just not. I mean, is it really like imperative that I watch the second season, or can I just jump to season 3 and still be like, okay, I know what's going on?
Yeah. No, you don't have to watch season 2. They pretty much do a good job of explaining everything that happens on season 3.
I figured they would. All right, so I'll just delete them, and I'll just catch up on the last because I really want to start talking more Lucha Underground. I like what Shaheen said. I agree with what Shaheen said.
Yeah, a lot of people, that seems to be the number one reason why people don't watch Lucha Underground. It's like they don't think they're not going to be able to catch up with it. But, like, I mean, they do a pretty good job of recapping everything that happened on season 3, so you're not going to be lost at all. I guarantee you that.
All right, then I'll just go ahead and jump right to season 3. That'll get rid of some room on the old DVR. So I'll do that because I'm like 12 episodes behind, including the 3. So that means I can get rid of 9 episodes. That fucking works for me. Yeah, 1 hour of Lucha, man. It's so easy.
And also, Paul London is coming in on season 3, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
I had heard that. I forgot who else was coming in this season, but I know there was another, kind of big star coming in. I thought. I could be wrong.
Yeah. So there's a couple, but I'm not going to spoil it.
Let's not spoil it. I agree. Let's not. But yeah, I'd fucking love to talk more Lucha Underground. It's just such a good show, man.
On a completely unrelated note, how sexy is Alexis Bliss?
Oh my god, dude.
God.
She just...
even without makeup, she is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, you posted that picture of her without makeup, and I'm like, oh my god. And someone made the big eye joke. Fuck you, dude. Those things are...
Fuck you, man. What do you mean, fuck you?
Fuck that, dude.
She got big fucking eyes, dude. What do you want?
Yeah.
I didn't say she's ugly. I just said her eyes are fucking big.
Well, imagine them just...
You're not going to eat her up because she has big eyes?
Imagine just her
maybe
eyes.
Not, who knows?
Imagine them staring up at you from a, very...
It would be a boner killer, dude. Don't stare at her.
Oh, my God, dude.
Shout out to her. Shout out to her and shout out to Taylor if she's listening.
Be a fucking cum shooter. Fucking...
Yo, speaking of Lucha Underground, there is 2 people that are showing up. There are 2 people that are showing up this season. It's not much of a spoiler because it's already in the video package that they released. So
I
it's
already talked about Paul London, if that's what you're talking about.
No. Sammy Callahan is there this season, and AR Fox is also there.
There you go. I knew
that's why. I mean, and that got spoiled to us because they no-showed a CZW show, and obviously we found out that it's because of Lucha Underground. So we knew this was happening like months ago. I think actually DJ said it on the show.
I mean, how big of a deal really is Sammy Callahan?
I love Sammy Callahan.
Yeah.
He just got injured last week at the CZW show, so I hope he's all right because they seem to call the match up real quick and take it home. But
Lucha season 3 is probably taped already.
No, I know, but I'm just saying for his future because it was his shoulder, and you know how shoulder injuries are, taking guys out left and right last year for fucking 6 months at a time. So
yeah, Finn Balor this year.
Yeah, that dude's out for like a year and a half or something, man.
Yeah, and
I've never really been a big Sammy Callahan fan. I just kind of thought he was like a low-budget John Moxley.
Oh, dude, Callahan is way better than Moxley.
No.
Dude, Callahan kills it, man. Are you crazy?
No.
Callahan,
I can't go sign to that.
Vicious.
Yes.
Callahan.
No. Yes. No.
Are you talking in-ring or are you talking about promos? Because promos, I mean...
Promos.
All right, you got to be
fucking
specific.
murders Callahan on promos.
But, I mean, Callahan was... They basically did each other's promos. They were like the same shit. They were a team. I mean, it's like the same person, basically.
I'll co-sign with that because I don't want you to get mad at me, but I disagree wildly.
Everybody has their opinion. But overall, in ring, though, I don't think there's no way Ambrose could fuck with him.
I mean, he's better than fucking Chris Hero, but who isn't?
Dude, Chris Hero is amazing.
No.
Are you crazy? This dude is fat as fuck, and he's doing some.
He was amazing. After he stopped wrestling like Funky Cabana, like he became total dogs.
Stop it. Go and watch the teaser that PWG just put out for Battle of Los Angeles. This
Dude, he makes me look like I'm in fucking shape.
No, but dude, have you seen the shit that he does?
Yeah, he eats donuts.
Oh, dude, he's phenomenal. I don't know what you're talking. He's phenomenal. I'm a big Hero fan. I like Chris Hero.
I can't believe that fucking Eddie Kingston is in better shape than Chris Hero at this point.
Stop it. Eddie Kingston was always like skinny fat though. It's weird because he has like skinny ass arms and then he's fat. You know, It looks weird. He's the same way as like John Wayne Murdoch or like the whole Murdochs. You know.
Yeah. I mean, Kingston is great. I'm not trying to talk shit about Kingston because Kingston's the man, but fuck Chris Hero.
Oh, Chris Hero's amazing. I don't know.
He's
fat.
Sign to that.
He is fat. There's no denying that. He knows he's fat. He's still fucking amazing in the ring. Dude, his elbows look so fucking stiff. The punches, he's so good at timing. Every time he slaps his leg, and sorry for killing kayfabe, they're not really kicking each other in the fucking face and making that sound. They're slapping their leg.
Well,
but every time he does it, it's perfection. You don't even see it. It looks real. You're like, how is this dude not knocked out? When Del Rio does it, you see him slapping his leg.
That's because
Del Rio is a lot better than him.
Oh, stop. Go.
Well, yeah, come on.
I mean,
man, you better choke on a goddamn donut right now for saying that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Choke on
He was better than Del Rio?
Choke on a
Del Rio's man. Like, how many horny teens is fucking Chris Hero fucked?
Who cares? I'm talking about wrestling.
Wrestling is irrelevant.
Well, listen,
wrestling's overrated.
We're talking about things that are important.
Hero's
to
fucking banging Paige. He's fucking banging Charlotte. The man's a goddamn dick slinger.
Yeah.
He's a cocksmith, god damn it.
He sure is. And the fucking dogs are on me barking. Fuck them and fucking.
It's because he's so like romantic and shit, man. He's romantic.
He's fantastic.
It's romantic.
No, I mean, Del Rio. When Del Rio is motivated, Del Rio's a good worker.
No, dude, his Ring of Honor.
He was a shit in ROH. He was a shit in Lucha Underground. But then when he fucking went to WWE, he was garbage.
Right. Yeah, I remember his match against Jade Briscoe I watched on Ring of Honor, and I was like, oh, this is like a totally different guy. And
yeah, when he actually gives shit, he's fire.
Yeah, 3 weeks later, he's in the ring with Cena. I'm like, same old shit.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that fucking giving him Zeb Coulter as a manager was a fucking goddamn just nothing for him.
Yeah, that was the worst thing they could have done. It made no sense, and everyone knew it made no sense. I think even WWE just realized one day, this makes no sense. You guys realize that?
Well, that's a problem. If you're paying the guy a lot of money and he's constantly regressing with age, it's not a good sign.
Yeah, we've said.
And it's not the guy's fault. It's the shit that they're handing him on a plate. But.
Dude, I gotta tell you, Weeps just brought up something. ADR's MMA is not so good. I smell money. ADR versus CM Punk. I smell money.
Who do you think would win in that?
Del Rio fought
yeah, I'm going
fucking
with Del Rio. Dude, CM Punk look horrible.
He fought Crow Cop. Like, okay, it's one thing if you're not a real fighter, but you fought fucking Mirko Crow Cop.
Yeah, he
Wait,
did.
Did you see the one punch that he actually threw?
Yeah, the one punch he threw allowed Crow Cop to see an opening, and he took his head off with a kick.
No, but did you see the actual punch? It's like, dude, how did you practice 2 years to do that?
Oh, you're talking about Punk.
Yeah, Punk.
Yeah.
Punk, he didn't even get. He ran in and tried to take down a jiu-jitsu fighter.
Dude, watch that punch.
I love Punk,
I swear.
but his fucking his dial-up was like fucking 56K worthy. Like he threw so fucking slow. Like I could have fucking blocked him. I could have made a sandwich. I could have took a piss and came back and still had time to block him. His fucking delivery was so slow in that fight.
He's not gonna. They're gonna cut him. But anyway.
See, I was gonna say some shit like Johnny B. Bad could kick his ass, but that's actually true. He would kick his ass.
He probably.
The guy was a boxer.
The guy was a fucking Golden Gloves boxer.
Yeah, exactly. He would actually kill him.
He would fuck Sarah Bull and he'd end up beating his ass.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
I hope they put him in the ring with
that's
Butterbean.
What?
I said I wish they would put him in the ring with Butterbean.
Oh God, who? Punk and Butterbean?
Yeah, dude, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
If this was UFC 1, they would do something like that, dude.
That was so shocking. It made Boxman go gay for a second.
Oh
my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Boxman go Tommy.
Butterbean.
Oh my God.
I wonder, what does he look like now, by the way?
Your nuts just suck up into your stomach?
I don't
looks
know.
like shit, right? Oh.
I'm just thinking, I remember Butterbean like 8 years ago did something and he looked horrible.
Yeah, well, you looked horrible in his prime, dude.
Yeah, like he's always looked like shit. He's always been a
He
fat.
never looked good. He looked like Humpty Dumpty, dude.
I know.
Don't act like he's ever been in good shape. He's always been
No,
fucking
the guy
garbage.
just threw fucking haymakers and they landed every now and then.
Yeah, he looks like a jelly bean.
He looks like a really fat version of the Rick from Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
That's basically what he looks like now.
Minus the Steve Austin goatee, yeah.
Well, I got a couple pictures with the goatee here, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, couple, most without, but one or two with, so.
Yeah. All right, well, folks, before we wrap this up, if you can call in 469-206-4466. It's about that goddamn time. 469-206-4466. Call in or lose it life.
Oh, what happened to Smark?
Is that a good way to motivate?
There you go. What happened to Smark?
I don't know. We lost him. That's why I gave the number out.
Good man. I didn't even see. I was looking at something else. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was in the chat room.
All right, well, let me mention this. Game Changer Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Game Changer Wrestling, Anthony's on the line. And he was with me at the Game Changer. So let's go ahead and talk about that for a second. Before that, how's it going, dude?
What's going on, guys?
What are you, fucking sucking on helium over there?
No.
Well, what's going on?
What the fuck happened to your voice?
We represent the Lollipop Kids, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
What's going on, fellas?
Speaking of unrelated stuff, how
let's
awesome
keep
is
professional, guys. Keep professional.
Yeah, let's keep it professional. Game Changer Wrestling this weekend, fellas, was pretty fucking nice. What happened to your voice, dude? What the fuck happened to the bass?
You're gonna put a banana in his tailpipe?
Why does everybody sound like they lost their man?
One at a time.
I'm playing the silent.
Let's start with all of us fucking with you. What's going on, Anthony?
No, I'm good, Smart. What's going on?
Look at my man.
You sound like you having a good time over there, man.
Dude, I have fucking gone. I'm not even gonna lie. But what's up with fucking Bobby Roode's theme, though? Because Bobby Roode's theme is fucking shit.
Oh, dude, I like that.
Dude, just imagine how fucking awesome it'd be if you were high spotting pussy and you just heard that song.
Yeah, that theme is phenomenal.
Fuck yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
But
I'm going to fall back and let Anthony talk.
Anthony, Game Changer real quick. Started out, obviously, it was in Howell, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Not much of a crowd. Last show probably had like 80 people. This one,
about 75.
Yeah, probably like buck 20 maybe.
I mean, it's a good show though. Good show, but
it was a great show. It's just bad timing, dude. Last time was during SummerSlam weekend when SummerSlam is less than an hour away, and it's like you guys are almost doing it around the same time as SummerSlam, which is like fucking beyond stupid. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
And
plus, I think that Zandig situation from the last show left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
Well, not only that, I think it's just football season, and it's just bad timing, dude. And even when we pulled up there, I could just tell, like, from the vibe alone when we walked in.
Yeah.
The people in charge were like, the dude, Brett Lauderdale, the dude that's like running the shit. First thing he says to me, he walks up to me, he's like, "Yo, dude, can I get a cigarette off you real quick?"
Yeah.
That's how I knew. I was like, all right, we're in for some shit today. And then I quickly understood why once I saw the crowd. But the first time for the TOS, for the Tournament of Survival, they got a good probably like 500 people, which was a good house for an indie show. But it's slowly declined. I'm hoping it'll pick back up. So if you're in the area, seriously, check them out. They didn't ask me or anything. I'm telling you because it's good shows. Check them out. I want to see them do well. Because, obviously benefits everybody. They get paid, we get good wrestling. Either way, I don't fucking care about the financials, but I just want to get good wrestling. So please, support, let us get some more good wrestling. But the Game Changer heavyweight champion, Kyle the Beast, which showed up on CZW, and nobody knows what the fuck happened to him since then. Apparently Kyle the Beast, I don't know, I guess he was working with CZW, who knows. Hopefully he'll be here for Tangled Web, but I like that guy, man. He's pretty good. And I was telling Anthony at the show, he's like one of those guys that I think could get signed. And who was he going against? Do you remember?
What was it?
Keith Lee?
Keith Lee, thank you.
Keith Lee.
Yep.
Big ass fucking dude.
I liked him. He actually surprised me. For a guy that big, he can move.
Yeah, really good. Boxman, he's actually coming from Texas.
Oh, cool.
So he does indies in Texas.
Ah.
Keith Lee, big ass fucking dude. But very agile. And,
Timothy has some good agility.
Yeah, you've seen him before?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even know who he was until this show. But that was a good match. I was honestly shocked. I was really, really surprised. We also had Joey Janela go against Sexy Eddie, which was a dream match of its own. You finally got Canada's own Sexy Eddie back in the States, and he took on the returning Joey Janela. However, I did not like this match because
the fucking dildos.
It was a dildo match, which it's like, what the fuck, dude?
What the?
You know.
I mean, it's like they were going for comedy, but sometimes less is more, and this is one of those matches. Just like go out, give them 20 minutes, and match would have been fine.
What the fuck is wrong with wrestlers and dildos?
I don't know, dude. You got to ask Louis Ramos, because I walked up to Louis, and I'm like, yo, dude, that's your dildo? And he was like, he started cracking up. He's like, yo, how did you know? I was like, dude, you're the only one that does the dildo gimmick. I knew it was yours. He was like, that's fucked up, man. And his son is like right there. It's like 10-year-old son. He's like, yo, that's fucked up that I'm like known for dildos and wrestling. I was like, what do you want from me, man? I knew it instantly when they pulled out the dildo. I was like, God damn it, Louis brought his dildo. I know it. I fucking know it.
Everybody wrestling needs a fucking prop.
I mean, they did some clever moves with the dildo. No,
oh my god!
What? No homo.
Please explain some clever moves with a dildo. Please.
Like they did some suplexes using the dildo, like weird shit. You know, they use like dildo to like.
Yeah, they did a Dickie Conrana at one point.
Yeah.
Great spot.
All right, you know what? Please disregard my question. Please move on. Please.
Yeah, it was real gay.
I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, those guys are fast.
I mean, let's just move on.
Like, you have people that are being put through fucking, like, tubes and people who are being put through fucking flaming tables, and you fucking put somebody through a dildo. Like, how does that fuck with the timing and the pacing of it?
Yeah, it was, I don't know, man. And I hope I didn't offend Janela, because I was smoking outside by my car when he was leaving. He was doing 2 shows that night, so kudos to him for doing that. That's fucking crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, so he left right after his match, and he was going to the next show. I told him, I was like, "Yo, that was a good match, man. Just just maybe next time without the dildo and shit." And he was like, "Oh, I had fun. You didn't like it?" I was like, "Nah, I didn't really like it. I'm sorry, I really didn't." He was like, "Yeah, all right, it is what it is."
I don't think you're gonna.
All
offend
right,
him.
see you next time.
I don't think that'll offend him.
Yeah, I was just fucking around. But I think I caught him off guard because he probably expected everybody to be like, "Oh, it was fucking amazing." Like, yeah, I really like that. Because I was so hyped for it. I was like, "Yo, this match's gonna be fucking crazy." Like, big fan of Sexy Eddie from back in the day, and then Joey Janela. It's like kind of like the new version of him, kind of. It's cool, and then like it's like a dildo match. Like, really? Do we have to do this? Like,
And then Thor comes out, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, dude, that's too much. We got a return.
I mean, Sexy Eddie back in the day used to be the shit.
Oh yeah, dude, he was fucking hilarious, and he had a huge like Muslim beard now, which is like weird. It's fucking weird.
It sounds like good times.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. We had a returning Scotty Vortex against Devin Moore, which I missed this match because I was in the once again getting tailgating. I do. But Anthony, you stayed in. You can probably view this match. I have no idea what happened.
Oh, it was actually a good match. Devin Moore actually was motivated for it. And I think Scotty Vortex won, and it was a good match.
Not to completely break into the commentary. Have you ever fucked a rat at a show?
Have I?
Yes.
No.
Sad times.
I would love to, though.
Like anyone in particular, or?
No, I mean, I don't want a rat, though. That sounds dirty. I don't even want to fuck a rat.
That sounds dirty.
It does.
That's why they're rats.
You ever fuck a rat? Like, no, that's too much work, dude. You got to get the tail out of the way and all that. That's too much. Trying to do that.
Fair enough.
I think you're thinking about this the wrong way, Shane.
I was fucking. But honestly, though, there is better looking women at wrestling shows now. I've noticed that. Because, like, when I first started going again, I was like, holy shit. What the fuck? What's going on here? It looked like Walmart going bad. You know what I mean? They got that website, the people of Walmart.
Ah, the Walmartians.
Yeah, it looked like a mixture of that with a bunch of, like, bad mugshots. It's pretty much that. But now it's just getting a little bit better.
Awesome.
And
it's a good
that
thing.
sounds terrible.
No, it's getting better. Why is that terrible?
We've said you won't fuck a rat, but a clown is clean.
Yeah, I mean, clowns do. The clowns have to be clean. You know how much time they have to take out of their day to apply all that makeup? That takes a lot of patience. I mean, they're cleaning themselves.
Okay.
I think we lost Smarky. You know how much a rat cleans itself?
Well,
no, they're probably still fucking, praying to that fucking cum stain that's dried from 3 weeks ago from New Jack in a hotel in New Jersey.
New Jack in New Jersey. That's a lot of new shit, man.
Yeah, New Jack and Jay-Z.
All right.
For all the Jay-Z rats.
All right. Well, you guys can keep rolling. I didn't mean to interrupt or anything. You guys can keep going with your thing, and then...
All right. Well, we got Reed Bentley coming from IWA Mid-South. And he went against Marcus Crane, and this match was probably one of the better matches. I really fucking love this match. It was a dry ice death match, and they had a coffin full of dry ice and light tubes, and it was fucking insane. Because what did he do? Like a DDT into the coffin?
Yeah, it was like it's like DDT.
Yeah. So this match was pretty brutal, man. And then after the match, I went and got a pizza, and as I'm walking by, like where we were sitting, it's right by the entrance. So I'm crossing the entrance, and Reed Bentley's going to the back, and like there's like a bunch of dudes, like because like deathmatch wrestling fans are kind of gross. They'll fucking slap hands with like bloody wrestlers and shit. Like I'm not into that, dude. Don't fucking touch me. And like they were all getting blood on their hands, and they're totally cool with it. And I just happened to be walking by, and this dude just like rubs like shoulders with me, thinking like I'm like I guess I want like to touch him. And so he gets like blood all over me. So I got this pizza, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I gotta go and like shower in the bathroom now at Game Changer World. So that took a bit of time, and then one of the people on the page actually, Matthew was kind enough to give me a sanitizer bottle from out of his car, so that probably helped me from getting like Hep C or something. So that's good. But that was an enjoyable match, man. Did you like that match?
Yeah.
Because that was like the first time they brought dry ice to the States, and I wasn't hyping it up at all. I thought it was going to be lame, but it looked pretty fucking cool. It looked pretty fucking cool. I hope they do more of that.
Looked painful as fuck, but yeah, it was a good match.
No, it definitely was brutal. There was a point where Marcus Crane actually went barefoot into the dry ice, and I'm sure that probably was very painful. I don't know from experience, and I don't want to. So salute to those guys for even taking that fucking those spots, because dude, I'm not fucking with the dry ice, man. I'm sorry, not happening. But next up we had John Wayne Murdoch, which is he's killing it on the deathmatch scene right now. He's a CZW guy, quote unquote now, I guess, whatever. Coming from IWA Mid-South, John Wayne Murdoch against Masada. Somewhat of a little dream match. Not necessarily maybe a dream match, but a match that everybody kind of wanted to see on the deathmatch scene. And these guys fucking tore it up, dude. I'm talking about, they had the skewers. They put it into each other's heads, which is a spot that I personally can do without, because I cringe watching that shit. Because that's a spot that it's like, light tubes, like, yeah, you do that and it cuts you. It might not hurt that bad, but like literally getting like fucking like 60 skewers like stabbed into your forehead, like that, there's no way around that. That's just brutal. You know what I mean?
It's brutal, but I'm just desensitized to it since Masada been doing it for years now.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of are. I still, dude, I just don't know how they do it, man. I really don't get that. That's the one weapon that I just... I still cringe, man. Like I said, it's fucking brutal. Especially when Masada does it sometimes, when he takes it overboard and he just like, he'll literally like stab the fuck out of the guy with it. I remember he did it to Arrow Boy at TOD a couple years ago, and it was disgusting. He got Claxton pretty good last year at TOD. But yeah, this one they had like the cinder blocks, and they did a bunch of suplexes onto the cinder blocks,
yeah,
DDTs and fucking pile drivers onto cinder blocks, and dude, those spots were fucking brutal. I mean, John Wayne Murdoch, man, fucking salute that guy, because he took some serious bumps.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
pile driver,
dude. The way he was bumping off those cinder blocks, like it was, oh my god, brutal.
Yeah,
brutal. We had a member of the Hot Tag Podcast Facebook page actually wrestle on this show. We had Jimmy Lloyd, Steve Sanders' tag team partner, Boxman. He actually made his debut for Game Changer. So you had Jimmy Lloyd against Nate Hatred, and Nate Hatred fucking killed him with the light tubes, and, and then he brought out the screwdriver and barbed wire and all kinds of shit, man. Yikes. But I'll give it to Jimmy, man. He took the spots and he bled his ass off.
He got a few spots in. He wasn't a complete squash.
Yeah. Other than that, I guess it was just the main event from what I can recall, and it was Homeless Jimmy from XPW fame. Hasn't been in the New Jersey, Philly area since 2001, so it'd been 15 years since he came to the East Coast. So I was always a big Homeless Jimmy fan. So me personally, I enjoyed it. You know, I don't know if it got the biggest pop, but it also, like, the pacing of the match, kind of like Smart said, like, it was, they had the 2 regular matches in the beginning, and after that it was all death matches, and that kind of just like kills the show. And it doesn't help that it just, you know, started to just like progressively get better and better as the show went on. So like the pops were getting bigger, and at the end of the night, you know, people just burn out. So when you have like John Wayne Murdoch and Masada go out there and fucking kill each other, and then you got the main event after that, it's like, well, yeah, the crowd just died, dude. I mean, what do you know, so much energy.
Yeah, I like both guys, but you knew they weren't going to go out there and do nothing super crazy. Like, they're not flying off or nothing. Just going to stand there and hit each other with shit.
I actually thought they were going to fly off. I thought everybody thought that.
Yeah.
I thought they were coming off the roof. Because, I mean, Homeless Jimmy's known for his, you know, famous 2001 spot with Sick Nick Mondo at the first TOD, where he went off the truck into the light tubes. And since Zandig and Joey Janela kind of, you know, recreated that moment with Sick Nick Mondo and Zandig from, I guess it was 02 maybe, 03, 02, I guess 02. I thought they maybe, you know, would try to recreate this moment also again, this time with Jimmy and Tremont. But again, those guys are bigger guys. You know, Sick Nick Mondo and Janela, those are lighter guys. They can kind of handle those spots. I don't know if Tremont is going to be able to take that spot. But,
plus, I mean, how long has it been since they did that? Like, it has been a fucking decade since they did that, and they're not going to do the same type of stuff that they did back in that day.
Well, the thing is, like, Zandig and Janela, I think they topped that Sick Nick Mondo and Zandig bump. I mean, that was probably, like, the sickest bump of all time. Like, one of the sickest bumps with Zandig and Mondo. And then,
well, yeah, but I mean, Zandig and Janela both have something to prove. I don't think that you're going to get the same type of thing with Janela, or not Janela, with Homeless Jimmy and whoever it was that he was working on that.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, definitely. But I don't think anything's going to top that Janela and Zandig spot. I mean, that killed pretty much Zandig's career. He's done now. He came back for one match, and I kind of wish they just didn't do that, you know, because everybody was hyped for Zandig, and, you know, it really rejuvenated the indies out here because he started getting his hands in a lot of indies, not just CZW. It was Game Changer, CZW, hybrid wrestling, and yeah, dude, that bump, he broke his back in 3 places. He's fucking like crawling around now apparently and shit, and he's on crutches and walking around with a cane, and yeah, it's over.
It was such a fucking sick bump.
Yeah, dude. I mean, being there, dude, it was insane. I can't even express to you, like, that was, like, probably the craziest bump I've seen live. And I've been to the TODs, Cage of Death, whatever. Live from off the top of the roof, that was fucking crazy. Yeah, I literally thought the guy died. I thought Janela died.
What was your, like, overall, like, feeling on that? Like, what was it like being around people who saw that? That seemed like it would be fucking crazy.
I mean, the energy was, honestly, people were, like, worried. You know, because, like, when we saw them go to the first level. Died. Yeah, because when they went to the first level, I saw the ladder, and I knew the spot was coming because we heard the security talking about it. So I was one of the first people that was out there. That's why I got, like, you know, the front. And I saw the ladder, and, you know, they kind of gave it away because they were advertising it on Facebook, too, because, you know, Zandig was saying for weeks and weeks that, you know, you're going off the roof. So everybody knew something was going to happen. And, you know, once we arrived, we saw the table set up, and we saw them working on the truck and, you know, putting the light tube. So we're like, all right, somebody's going off the roof. And, you know, Janela, obviously, because Zandig said it. So once I heard the security guard was talking about, get ready for the spot, I was like, oh shit, we got to go outside. We went outside, man. Afterwards, people were actually like worried because for a couple seconds nobody moved. I was like, holy shit, like they just die? Like what the fuck just happened? And of course, you get the "please don't die" chants going on, which yeah, dude, it was insane. I'll never forget that moment. That was absolutely insane.
I mean, they played that on fucking ESPN. Like there was, they had global coverage of that. It was on Highly Questionable. It was on Pardon the Interruption. It was on all over the place.
Yeah. No, definitely. It was definitely insane. With that said, Anthony, you got anything else on that show?
No. We pretty much hit all of the high notes.
Yeah, it was a great show though, and what I just didn't understand is they advertised a rematch for Homeless Jimmy and Tremont, but it's gonna be in California. So I'm like, why the fuck even announce this in like Jersey? Like, no one's gonna travel from Jersey to California.
Yeah, that is kind of fucked up. The crowd just like, really?
Yeah, like who cares? Why are you even telling us this? Who gives a fuck? We're never gonna see that shit, man.
It's kind of like it's kind of like when you watch Raw. Sometimes they'll do that. Like next week you're gonna get a title match. Well, the people in that fucking city don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but at least like you can still see it.
True.
I'm not gonna see the show in California. Even if the DVD comes out, I'm not getting it for just that one match because the rest of them I don't fucking know them.
Yeah.
But that about sums it up for that. As far as CZW, I did watch it. Have you seen the show yet?
No, the last one, no, I haven't watched it yet.
All right. Well, it's one of the best shows they've put out in years. It was fucking fantastic. Homicide came back. He replaced Dan Moff in the tag team, so it was Monster Mac of the Hit Squad and Homicide against Pepper Parks, which is a TNA guy now. I forget his name in TNA. But it was him and Black Cheese. They fucking tore it down. I'm trying to think what other matches you had. You had what's with those the black dudes that wear purple and shit.
Oh yeah, the guys that used to be with
That's Cedric. Not Cedric.
Yeah, no,
Alexander James.
Thank you.
Oh my god, what the fuck is their name? They're horrible, horrible.
The one dude that wear kick, dude, people wear kick pads with no shoes.
Fuck me, man. Why? And they're representing CZW in an angle against IWA Mid-South. It's those fucking guys. And then a bald Connor Claxton and fucking Devin Moore against Josh Crane and John Wayne Murdoch, Reed Bentley, and also Dale Patricks. Which, it was an alright match, but it's just like, but the cool thing is they were getting heel reaction. You know what I mean? Like when the IWA guys first came out, they got a huge pop because like it's weird. The last show prior to that, I'm not sure if you were at that show. I was, but they got a really good reaction when Zandig brought them out because it was their debut and they were like represented to the crowd as Zandig guys. So they essentially came in as Zandig / CZW guys, but unfortunately due to losing Zandig, they had to switch things up and make it a different angle, basically turning them into IWA Ian Rotten guys against CZW's DJ Hyde guys. I just don't like, those guys representing CZW. I don't think they're basically like the jobbers of CZW, and they're going against the top guys in IWA. It just doesn't make sense to me. But other than that, we had Dave Christ against what's his name? The Product. What's his name? I'm forgetting.
David Starr.
David Starr. Yeah. They fucking tore it down. Like one of the best matches of the night. They fucking did a crazy German suplex to a chair with thumbtacks and. They had the and usually those guys they don't do like hardcore matches. Dave Chris does, but not so much David Starr. But dude, that guy is going to be a fucking star. No pun intended.
He's very under. People sleep on him, but he's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, him and JT Dunn, both those guys. They eventually, dude, you're gonna see David Starr in NXT. That's a guy because he kind of has the looks that they like too. You know what I mean? Nice suburban Jewish boy.
Plus, he's a Philly guy, so we got to support him.
Yeah. Plus, he's a Philly guy, so it's always good. We had Sami Callihan against Ricky Shane Page in a nice stiff match. Rather short due to the injury. They had to wrap it up. I would love to see a rematch someday because I think those guys would tear it down. But it was cool seeing Sami Callihan come back to CCW as always. That's cool. Other than that, I'm trying to forget. I know the main event was fucking crazy. Obviously with Jonathan Gresham, Matt Tremont, Joe Gacy, and what's fuckboy? What's his name?
Greg Excellent.
Greg Excellent. And I have to honestly have to give him respect because he took a lot of crazy bumps, dude. On cinder blocks.
What's his name? Fuckboy? Oh yeah, I got to give him a lot of respect.
Well, I'm not a fan, but like.
Speaking of underrated, Jonathan Gresham is a fucking man.
Yeah, dude. He won the title. He's the CZW champion now. And I think honestly, well deserved, man. The guy's getting a lot of reaction, whether good or bad. He's getting a lot of reaction out of the crowd. Oh. And you know he took a lot of sick bumps, dude. He's not a deathmatch guy by any means.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I like about CZW because a lot of times you'll have a guy like AR Fox go into the cage of death. You know what I mean? And it makes it interesting because you've never seen this guy in that kind of element and atmosphere, and it's cool, man. I like seeing those guys do that. But the most exciting thing is next month at Tangled Web, you're going to get Homicide challenging Jonathan Gresham for the CZW World Heavyweight Champion. That'll be very interesting. And you're also going to get Ricky Shane Page alongside with Danny Havoc in a Tangled Web match going against Alex Colon and Tim Dunst. So Tim Dunst is going to be in a death match again next month. Homicide and Jonathan Gresham. Check it out. It will blow the fucking roof off. Guarantee it.
Speaking of people who are the man, fucking Dunst is the best. Dunst is the fucking man. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's all right.
I mean, all right. Come on, man. Dude, Dallas is a fucking man.
I could do without him. I don't really care.
I mean, he's not a deathmatch guy, but he's the shit.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler. I don't know. I mean, I guess he fits in well with CCW. Him and Janela had a bunch of crazy ass fucking matches. I remember those.
I do think it's weird that they made the guy that's beat cancer the heel. That is kind of fucked up to me.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, though. I mean, think about it. Like, anybody else who gets cancer is going to be an automatic face. So, I mean, shout out to him for fucking being a heel and still, even though he has cancer. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Also, obviously the convention over the weekend met Terry Funk and Abdul the Butcher. Unfortunately, there was too many fucking weird wrestling fans in the building for me, for my taste, so I spent my 20, I walked in, I got my fucking pictures taken, and I bought a couple of VHS tapes from Japan, and I literally walked out within 10 minutes.
Are you saying you walked in, you saw a bunch of replica belts, and you walked
Absolutely.
out? Okay,
Absolutely.
I just wanted to clarify.
First glance, I saw First glance at the room, I saw like 40 shiny things, and I was like, holy shit, it's too much. Can't do it.
It's essentially a virgin convention.
Yeah. I cannot have these fucking dudes rub shoulders with me with belts on them, fucking step on my feet and shit.
Yeah, he saw belts and he got triggered, walked right the fuck back out.
You were there. How long did I stay? Fucking 10 minutes, if that?
Yep, like a breeze, in and out.
So who did you saw Abdullah and who else?
Terry Funk. That's all I wanted to see. I literally walked in, took pictures of those guys, spoke to them for a second, and bought some videotapes and walked right out.
Nice.
Did you meet Matt Hardy?
Nah, I mean, I walked by him. I didn't say anything. He was there. I mean, Steiners were there. Both Steiners were there. Harlem Heat was there. Booker T and Stevie Ray.
Cool.
Bret Hart was there. Abdullah, Terry Funk.
You should have flipped Bret Hart's table and said, "That's from Boxman."
Ah, fuck you.
All right.
Ryback was there. Santino was there. Who else?
Oh, Boxman, you'll like this.
Mm-hmm.
Man was there.
Who?
James motherfucking Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth was there.
Deal that Ryback was there versus Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
Matt Hardy's the goddamn man. How are you gonna fucking act like it's a bigger deal that Ryback is there?
And I ain't gonna lie, meeting Matt Hardy was awesome because he didn't break character once. Literally, it was the most insane thing I ever saw in my life. But
he hasn't broke character in months, dude. I love it.
Hardy's a goddamn man. Period.
I'm sorry, that was great.
And James Ellsworth, you said?
Yeah, James Ellsworth, very cool. I mean, all jokes aside, man, he's a very cool guy, very humble.
Did you have to pay for that?
No.
You sure?
Very sure.
Look at Shaheen trying to catch. You sure?
You give the man a third degree and shit.
You know you just fucked up, right? You know you just fucked up, right?
Yep.
Right? You know you just fucked up,
I
right?
hated to be broken,
Right?
man, but you know what? It was worth every penny. I don't give a shit.
I can't do what Anthony does, man. I have a limit. I have a limit of 20 minutes within that convention. That's it.
Well, I know you've been dying to meet Abby.
Oh, dude, that was like I mean, I don't mark out ever, and I didn't mark out when I saw him, but on the inside, I was like a little kid, because it's like, holy shit, that's heavy, it's crazy.
Did you get in your car and you were like...
No, not really. It didn't even hit me like when I was there. I wasn't really that excited. Afterwards, I was like, holy shit, this man outdoors.
Nice, man. Well, I'm glad you finally got to meet him. You wanted to, and...
Yeah, him and Funk were like two of my favorites growing up, so...
Yeah.
Does he offer a bonus charge for giving Hep C to people?
Yeah, he was actually kind enough to do that. I have Hep C now if Reed Bentley didn't give it to me with his bloody elbow out from Abby.
And you said, I saw in the post that you said that Abby was actually choking the shit out of you.
Oh, yeah. And when I first went up to him, it's like, there's a lot of stories about him being a dick and trying to rip people off. And I'm like, dude, this dude's going to try to lowball me and say some, like, fucking crazy shit, like, 35 for a photo.
Mm-hmm.
So, I walk up to him, like, hey, I'd like a picture. How much is it? And he's like, oh, just 20. I was like, all right, that's decent. So I take a picture with him, and then he's like, oh, but like beforehand, he like breaks it down. I'm just used to like just stand next to the dude. Hey, yo, can you snap this picture for me real quick? Oh, thanks, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
Quick transaction. Hey, big fan of you. Take care. Goodbye. I don't even like talking to wrestlers that much because there's really not much to like. I don't know. I don't have any questions. Unless they're like on the show where I have to ask questions.
There you go.
But and before that, he's like, all right, so do you want the fork? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And then he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go in with the right hand. You're gonna twist your wrist this way. You're gonna grab me as soon as I say go. And he like planned out a whole fucking like 10-minute like sequence. I'm like, yo, this is like he's booking a fucking match,
dude. Like, you just worked Abby. You worked Abby.
Basically. And then he's like, after that, and then he's like, yeah. Let me see that picture. He looks at the picture. He's like, let me do another pose with you. And I was like, all right, cool. He's like, this time I want to choke you. I was like, all right. And he's like, all right, so I'm going to go with the right hand. When I'm going, you grab my hand with your left wrist and you twist it this way. And then when I do this, you stick your tongue out and tilt your head back. Take your hat off, though. Take your hat off, boss.
Oh, dude, you're lucky you're not bleeding. I'm telling you,
he was going. I'm telling you, dude. The whole picture took like 20 minutes, man. He was breaking it down, dude. I'm telling you. Well, now I understand like why that dude is like the way he is and he gets the reputation because he won't take a no for an answer, like that dude is just he has his mindset. That's what you're doing.
So it was $20 for all that?
Yeah, and then afterwards he just gave me the signed fork for free. I was like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Oh, sweet, man.
He gave me like autograph, two different pictures with two different poses and a fucking fork for $20.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody was like, he's like a dick. I'm like, oh, this dude is fucking nice as hell. I have nothing to say bad about him.
Maybe it's how you treat him. With most people, it's how you treat them.
And I told him, I was like, dude, honestly, the only reason I came down here is to meet you for a second. He's like, oh, I appreciate it. He looked pretty good though. I mean, for his age, he's like in his mid-70s. From what I hear, like I talked to Lauderdale, and they apparently tried to reach out to Abdullah to get him for that Game Changer show, and you can't walk anymore really. So like once he sits, that's it. So hard for him to get around, but he looks good. He lost some weight. Looks good.
Well, like I said, I know he was on kind of your bucket list to meet.
Oh, absolutely, number one.
Yeah,
and number one. Even when Warrior was alive, there's nobody I wanted to meet more than Abby.
Yeah. Well, you've done it. So now who's next on your list, man?
Nobody really.
Oh, you need a new list now.
I mean, the ones that I want to meet is impossible. Like Onita, I'm never going to meet Onita.
What was it like meeting Terry Funk?
What's that?
What was it like meeting Terry Funk?
Oh, he was very nice.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be a good guy.
I mean, I spoke to him before at House of Hardcore when he did it the one time. I just never got a photo with him, but...
speaking of House of Hardcore, you were right. Ryback did show up.
Yeah, I told you, man.
You said it. You were right.
Anytime WWE releases a guy, they'll be on House of Hardcore. Guarantee you. Like, that's just...
Tommy and Rob Feinstein must have fucking connections to their...
Yeah, I mean, it's just what it is.
They got their finger on the pulse, if you will.
What do you guys think about Ryback trying to change his name? He really wants to be the Warrior, man.
What an idiot. What an idiot. What happens if, when you get older and you can't do this anymore? What happens if you get hurt? You can't do this anymore. You got to go get a real job and your name is Ryback?
Just change the name again.
He's just trying to do it for wrestling purposes. So, I know WWE is going to be like, they're probably going to follow that case very closely because, think about it, everybody that they release is all of a sudden going to change their name to whatever their gimmick name is.
Yeah. Yeah, he is trying to do that to make it so they
he's just trying to say fuck you to them. I want to keep the name.
Yeah. And so far he has, so we'll see what happens. We will see. But
good.
yeah,
right.
Shaheen was correct. I did want to tell him he was right.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you guys want to talk about before we announce?
I think we're good.
Shower stealer.
See what I'm talking about? 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Boom. I guess it's
hit every goddamn top. Bam.
Oh, real quick. Best wishes to Terry Funk. Apparently, he is getting better. He is on the mend. So that's good news.
Speaking of best wishes, real quick, Rico, I guess, is really sick too.
Oh yeah.
I posted that in the chat room, and I didn't know that. Now I believe he was a cop, so.
Oh, that's got to be weird.
I figure, usually cops take care of cops, but I don't know.
Yeah, I read that. It's sad. Apparently, he's been dealing with some concussion issues since January.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, stemming from wrestling?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, they basically, I guess his ex-wife is taking care of him, and she basically said, like, he'll talk about something that happened an hour ago, and then, like, literally 2 hours later, he won't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has, like, dementia and shit?
Yeah, basically.
Yep. Damn, dude.
Anyways, on a more positive note, if Taylor's listening, shout out to her, because she's sexy forever.
Oh, if you ever want to have babies or anything, just let me know.
For real. She would be the identical person who I'd like to impregnate and ditch.
So smart. What are you trying? You trying to make a donation to her box?
Goddamn right. I would love to be her deadbeat dad.
Put it in her slot. All right.
All right. Well, with that said, I think let's wrap this bitch up. That said, check us out next Wednesday. I won't be here. I'll have either Mish or Anthony, or if anybody else wants to call in, help out for the show for the first hour or so. Check them out next Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here, Mixlr.com/THT Podcast, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, YouTube, TuneIn Radio, as well as Facebook.com/groups/THT Podcast. Same thing with the Twitter. And also check out Wrestling Soup Thursdays, WrestlingSoup.com. Next Wednesday, I'll be on Yakuza Kick Radio with J-Cat. Check that out. blogtalkradio.com/Yakuza.
All right.
Spencer's coming back next week.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
And don't forget to check out me and Anthony. Damn it. Don't forget to check out me and Anthony Friday night, 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing Judgment Night this week on Mixlr.com/THT Podcast. There you go. Thanks, everybody. We'll see y'all next week on the Hot Tag.
Bam.
It's just, we're taking it for the children.